Hey guys, what's up? This is Linsky. Welcome back to my Anonymous Code Let's Play. Last time we solved the third quest and we just met Kent Korihisa, and he told us that we can actually prevent the world from ending and we just have to prevent Asuma's mother from dying. So that is what we are on right now. I think we are nearing the end of the game. Let me see. Yeah, because we already met Kent and all we have to do is prevent the end, which I think is the point of this game. I don't know. We'll see. And then, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna be eating today because I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm really hungry, so don't mind if I do. We were in the year 2838, just a month away from the day the world was projected to end.
Now, we just have to find a way to meet up with that bowtie boy.
I really hadn't expected Cicada to bring up Asuma Soga.
This is the first time he's been involved in all this since the day I met Momo. Oh yeah. I honestly had no idea what Cicada meant when he said the boy would eventually become a calamity either. Yeah, he said he would contort into a calamity, but what does that even mean? Does his body physically change? And how would that work? Now that we had a clear goal, we were hyped to get started. But there was someone I had to talk to before meeting up with Momo and Rosario. Oh, really? Us? Oh, never mind. Alright, you saved our life. The quantum teleporter who saved my ass was standing for some distance from me, looking completely uninterested. When our eyes met, she let out a sigh and shrugged.
You're done talking to Kent?
Yeah.
Stepping closer to her, I almost winced. Her perfume was way too strong.
Cicada was an Amadeus, but you knew that all along, huh?
She did?
Of course. What about it?
I wish she hadn't gone out of her way to show Momo the original Kent's corpse. That was in bad taste. Then again, my load meant that had never actually happened, so whatever.
Thanks for the help. You showing up to save me wasn't something I saw coming.
No one saw that one
mention
coming.
it, but bear in mind, that wasn't for your benefit, so don't push your luck.
Oh. Sheesh. Sheesh.
It was Kent. He told me to save you.
What?
That was the first time he asked anything of me. The first time ever.
Really?
I couldn't ignore him, could I? That request was how I knew he actually acknowledges me.
Oh my god, right? He did show up.
That's sad. I do despise the nature of it. Having to save you was almost too much to bear.
Oh, it's not that
I'm
bad.
sure it feels wonderful to be his favorite.
Her last sentence was dripping with contempt.
What's going on with your family anyway? How come you can use quantum teleportation? That's not normal. Is it a sacrament? Like what those Holy Office 513 asswipes use?
Don't lump me with the likes of the fanatics chasing after Kent.
Oh, okay, this whole time I was memeing that she was part of the Holy Office, but she's not. I guess she doesn't like them also.
This is a power I obtained through Kent's research. He was also conducting research on quantum physics. He abandoned his work, but I happened to find it. I picked up where he left off. Well, it was much simpler than you'd think. It's just a matter of grasping the reality of how this world works.
I can't even imagine how you actually frickin' teleport, so yeah, I gotta admit, you're pretty impressive.
Forget about me. If you're going to praise anyone, praise Kent. Or are you stupid? I won't hesitate to kill you.
Oh my god. Bro, I thought we were finally having some peace.
What?
She was unhinged. She was always unhinged, Polon. Suddenly, her expression changed and she smiled at me.
I have a nice idea.
I don't like her nice ideas. Her nice
My
ideas
name-
are not so
My
nice.
full name is Juno Sionji. Kent and I were born to different mothers.
Hmm.
Now that you
Interesting.
know my name, we're allies.
Really? What kind of logic was that?
I want you to do everything you can to meet Kent's expectations. And when his hopes for you are at an all-time high,
What is she planning?
you're going to let me kill you.
What? Huh?
That will fill him with such despair that I
Not
may even become the subject
despair.
of his hateful gaze.
Oh my god, is her name Juno because of Junko? I need to stop.
And he'll do more than acknowledge me if I do.
Not the despair in the
Come to see me
Danganronpa.
through a veil of even more intense emotion. And when he does,
I don't think your brother wants that.
I'll kill myself. Blood will plaster the walls. All manner of awful fluids will flow from me. Such a sweet dream. The things I would do to die knowing I'd made a lasting impression on my brother.
I'm so glad I'm not Kent.
Just thinking
I'm so
about
glad I don't have any siblings
sends
like
me
this.
out of this world.
She needs help! Someone get her some
Wonderful
help!
plan, isn't it?
Stop it! Get some help. It's not a wonderful plan at all. That was terrifying. What kind of alliance was she proposing here? I knew she was bad news, but this is ridiculous.
I want nothing to do with that noise. Count me out.
What a milquetoast man you are.
I wonder what milquetoast even means. Milquetoast? Was that really the word for it?
In that case, don't involve yourself with Kent any longer either. You're a nuisance.
But he asked me to do something.
Oh? Is that so? Kent already asked you to do something?
She sounds so salty and jealous.
What was it?
Oh no. She placed a hand on her thigh and dug into it with her long nails. She's wearing gloves! Hey, how is she digging into them with her nails if she's wearing gloves? They broke the skin and drew blood. Oh god.
What was it?
Oh no.
What manner of nonsense? I'm so jealous. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Let me just teleport out.
We're doing great, aren't we?
I see. So you're stealing him. You're going to steal Kent from me.
Oh my god, it's not that dramatic.
Won't let you have him. Never. I refuse.
I think we just want to save the world. Calm down.
You homewrecker!
Alright. Y'all not even...
What?
Did you just slap me? We just get bitch slapped? I glanced up to scowl at her. But she was already gone. She'd vanished in an instant. Only the faint smell of perfume lingered. She called us a homewrecker! How dare she?
What the hell?
I mean, technically, yeah, they're like family, but like, you know,
Talk
that's
about
not how you use that
one-sided
word.
Conversation. Like brother, like sister.
Yup. That woman was absolutely deranged. Tell me about it, Polon. Tell me all about it.
Huh?
Oh, now we have Juno.
Hey, you...
Oh, what?
I shall involve myself in whatever Kent has asked you to do. You've no right to refuse me. I
Okay.
won't let you have him all to yourself.
She
If
really
you do
just added
anything
herself
without
into
me,
our ally list.
I'll kill you. And then myself.
I don't ally like this. She
I'm
looks like
watching
more
you.
like a hindrance.
Always. Every single second.
What if we're using the bathroom? Leave us alone.
I will
Stop.
see everything you do.
What a pain in the ass.
Always.
But she could be a big help.
That's also true, but
I seriously don't want to get involved with her any further. She's got those stalker vibes.
you think?
We're doing great, aren't we?
She's
She's one of
massive.
those little
She's the
sisters
definition
who
of
likes their
stalker.
brother a little too much. It's not often you get to see women like her in real life. Her love must go deep, deep like a pitch black abyss.
If Juno's Ken Korihisa's sister, how old is she now?
That's my question. Like 40 something, right? Because she mentioned when the note's 1999 and it's 2030 something. She's
Well,
like 40 something.
age is just a number.
I choose not to think about it too much. She does not look 40, okay? She took care of herself very well. A short while later, Miss Lid sent an update about the Amadeus.
Kurisu remembered Kent Korihisa the moment I showed her the video you received. She said she'd met a guy with the same face. Back in 2012, he showed up at the Brain Science Institute where she worked.
Oh!
He
He pretended to be a researcher from some lab. 2010 was about when Ken Kurihisa vanished from the Vatican.
apparently, he told them he heard about Amadeus and asked to be a part of the project. Kurisu could tell Kent was talented, so she considered him a promising candidate. But
it didn't work out?
Right. About a month after that, there was an incident after which he simply stopped coming to the lab.
An incident?
The Amadeus server was hacked into by an unidentified party. Even now, after more than 20 years, nobody knows who the hacker was.
Ken or Asuma? No, but Asuma's too young, right? Wait. Yeah.
Hacker, huh?
Asuma's too young.
All signs point to Kent, if you ask me.
There's a non-zero chance that the hacker stole data regarding the Amadeus system. A man like Kent could probably have used the data to build an Amadeus system of his own.
Guess he turned himself into an AI with Amadeus so he could get away from the Holy Office 513. Is that why? Like, he didn't want to just use the Amadeus that they had at the research lab? He wanted to, like, steal the data and make his own version? And after that, he put himself into cold sleep. And with all that in mind, the one behind the quest had to be the Amadeus version of Ken Horihisa from the get-go.
Did Kurisu say anything else about him?
Well, she said Kent looked like he was in constant fear. He was so conscious of people's gazes that it seemed pathological.
Oh no.
When she first met him, she thought he was plenty suspicious.
I think these siblings are just very suspicious people, both of them.
Oh, she was really mad about the Amadeus system security breach too. From what I understand, the Amadeus system's been copied, stolen, and abused by various parties over the years.
That's sad.
I understand how she feels, but I don't get why she had to vent so hard at me. I've never messed with her system.
Oh my god, I bet
If
she had to
met
listen
Ken
to
Korihisa
hours of her
now,
venting.
She'd probably tear him a new one. She's got 25 years of pent-up anger to unload on the guy.
Oh dang, 25 years. Hold up. I don't know what year Steins Gate was in, but
Kurisu's one scary lady when she gets like that. She's absolutely relentless.
how old is she right now? I had no idea Kurisu Makise had that side to her. I'd better keep my distance. Oh, not this Biash again.
Both Ronin and Davide have fallen?
As they should. After hearing about what happened to the two deliberators, Felino Ocarina fell to her knees where she stood. She moved as why am I struggling? Maybe because I'm eating, but like so. She moved as if overcome with grief.
Lord, I pray you forgive my transgressions. The error in judgment is mine alone.
She held her hands in prayer as if to repent, and whispered as she gazed through the emptiness.
Kent and Lucia, they were once our Lord's servants. They were ones we believed to be of his blessing.
Kent used to be with
In
them?
spite of that, the two now plot to rebel against fate. I believed that to protect the fate line, we were to judge the two of them in the name of our Lord. But I see now that they were mere distractions and never the true deceivers.
Oh
It
no.
was Polon Takaoka,
Oh my god, what did Polon do?
Loathsome snake that has thwarted our mission at every turn.
What? Polon is an outsider. He got nothing to
He-
do with the Foley Office 513.
If he is among the contactees, then he will no doubt constitute the greatest threat to the proponents of the end.
Contactees, what does that mean?
There
There is but one thing to be done. Polina reached her side, taking in hand some paper documents, a rarity in this day and age. On the first page was a photo of a certain person.
to reel in the ordained fate.
Oh, no wonder. These biashes,
We
no
will make
wonder.
certain the Lord's wrath be poured from his vial onto this land.
What a... Wow, that's messed up. So they caused
have
it? I
breaking
knew they
news.
were always up to no good.
In 2029, an international agreement banned the development of quantum computer-based Earth simulator systems. But today, Yomikai Online News has revealed that the government and the Ministry of Defense have been developing such a simulator in secret.
Oh! Yes,
They
who
also
could have
added that
thought?
the key member of its development is a boy only 14 years of age.
I feel like this blur is very helpful.
We also know that this boy is the one who hacked the Earth simulator last year while it was still deactivated. Multiple politicians have since questioned the ethics of the simulator and even voiced concerns for the security of state secrets.
We are currently investigating the situation to confirm the veracity of the claims, so I would prefer not to comment on it. They may answer to me, but the Ministry of Defense employs 300 people, and it is impossible for me to know what each of them is doing. Again, we are trying to confirm this.
A crowd has gathered in front of the Prime Minister's residence to protest the top-secret development of the Earth simulator.
Earth simulators are more terrifying than nuclear weapons. If the government's making one in secret, I can't help thinking they want to wage war on the entire world.
Arguing women.
The government broke the international agreement and developed a simulator behind closed doors. That's not right.
I love the TV personality voice.
Wake up and smell the coffee. Every major country's doing the same thing. It wouldn't be virtuous of Japan to play along with the agreement. It'd be foolish.
Those are some serious accusations. Do you have any proof that the other countries are making simulators too?
Neither the US nor China is commenting on any of this. Their silence is proof enough.
You're forgetting the main problem. They were having a 14-year-old boy develop an Earth simulator capable of invading the privacy of everyone on the planet. And on top of that, he was virtually incarcerated at the facility where...
Where? Do we go to Asuma's perspective now? Oh, okay. As was in his office, watching the news projected onto the wall. Tonight, every news program and social media site was filled with the talk of the Gaia Institution, the Earth Simulator, Gaia, and Asuma Soga himself. A certain news organization had blown the lid off of all of them. How did this happen? They'd refrained from revealing Asuma's name, but he was quickly doxxed, and his full name spread all over the internet. Oz was irritated, but not because he was worried about the government or the Gaia Institution. His concern was a far more pressing one.
Oz, Kaoru's here. Wow, you're
actually watching news on the screen again. Just use BMI.
Shut up.
You don't talk to a little girl like that, excuse me? You know he gives no F's about anything. Kaoru entered the office. There was obvious fatigue on his face.
I must apologize. I'm late.
Go to bed, no.
Huh? But I don't wanna.
No, San Marino.
Then just go to your room.
You meanie.
Oz watched Nono leave, then walked over to Kaoru.
You seen the news? Don't answer that, I can tell by looking at you.
Yes, I'm aware of what's happening.
Then tell me, what the hell's happening? All this mania has come from info that we gathered. It's not just a big deal on social media sites. Mainstream media is using the scoop as a way to bash the government.
I think it's the person they were exchanging info to in the last episode.
Was Kaburagi the one who leaked it all? This ain't the
Kaburagi.
right way to go about.
Kaburagi was murdered.
What?
By who?
He was missing for a few days, but I just received a report that his body was found at the Yokohama dock early this morning.
Huh?
What?
It'll probably be reported tomorrow morning.
Kaburagi was a passionate and just man. Oz had met him through Kaoru, and they'd spoken enough for Oz to know what Kaburagi was like. It was hard to believe that somehow he'd met his end.
The murderer hasn't been caught yet, but it's safe to assume that they were behind the leak.
What do you think they're planning here?
I don't know, but...
You know what? Maybe it's Iwan!
But?
I don't know why I thought of... I don't know why I thought it was him, but... Like, look, who could it be, right? Holy Office is dead. They're targeting Polon. And... I don't feel like they have that much energy to, like, focus on small fries. Sorry to call Kaburagi a small fry, but he's just, like, not, like, in the central part of this whole plot that the Holy Office has. So I don't think it's the Holy Office. I don't think it's one of these two. Like, if it is, I'll be like, I can see, like, the twist, but I just don't think it's either of them. He looks really mad, and he looks frustrated. Maybe it's a small chance it's him, but I don't think so. So it's not Holy Office. It has to be someone in Japan. The only person we're not very... It could be one of the government people, but I feel like it's someone we know. Who's someone we know? There's probably not... There's the protagonist and his ally, and I don't think it's part of that group, so there's only, like, Graham and, like, Asuma and Iwan, and, like, why the hell is Iwan in this whole story? Maybe we finally get to know what's up with him, because we always thought he was shady or something.
Honestly, I'm surprised the reaction's been so intense. At any rate, the government's desperately trying to de-escalate the situation. The SFG is currently guarding the Guy Institution, but it's likely that they will receive new orders soon.
Wait. You're gonna cut off the brat?
Kaoru nodded.
I can't believe the information we found is being used like this. And with Kaburagi gone, there's nobody who can stop this now.
The two fell silent. Images of the news continued playing across the wall. They showed the mass media and the public attacking the government hysterically. Okay, but why would the person want this, right? Like, what's the goal?
Oh, damn, it's cold.
Why is he cold? In the end, we barely made it in time. What is going on? A week has passed since Cicada. Ken Kurihisa sent me his request. He hadn't been able to do anything because we didn't know where Asuma Soka's mom was. Asuma had hidden every single trace of information on Miori Soga. The Kano Symphonies worked on it every day, but even with Wind, Oz, and the CCO helping, it took a whole week of sleuthing to get anywhere. The answer was right under our noses. We confirmed that she was being held somewhere inside the Guy Institution. That makes it even more sus because what's it called? Ken said that the mother died, right? Miori died, and if she's inside the Guy institution, it probably has to be someone who has access to the Guy institution. Iwan? That was only an hour ago. It was late, but I jumped on my Graper and came all the way. From here I could see Uminomori, home of the Guy institution. We had to get inside to make sure Asuma's mom was still alive. Our best bet was to find Asuma and ask him to help us find his mom, but we surely couldn't be sure he'd actually cooperate. This mission might turn out tougher than any quest.
Rosario, did you find anything about the Holy Office's next move?
Rosario had mentioned that they were probably involved. I had a feeling they'd get in our way too. Those guys never knew when to quit.
I was able to confirm that they were controlling the media. It's common for them to use news outlets to further their agendas.
So it was the Holy Office that killed the person, but who? Because the 2 agents they sent were dead, unless they sent more agents. Is it Iwan? Was he a spy? I don't know. People were talking about Guy and Gaia all over the mainstream and social media. So this is all the Holy Office.
I guess we gotta hurry.
I'll let you know as soon as I learn more.
Be safe, Rosario.
I will. You take care of yourselves too.
You know what? I can understand why Asuma turned into the Calamity, because all this news outlet must be putting a lot of pressure on him. And then the fact that they think that his mother died because of people must have, the public opinion towards him must be bad because he's developing this thing that's invading everyone's privacy. So he probably thinks that the people are responsible for killing his mom, and then that's why he wants to kill everyone. I don't know. Momo and I were going to be infiltrating Guy. Rosario was handling something else alone. I wonder what that something else is.
Polan, are you seriously planning to just waltz in there? You've barely prepped.
We don't have much time. We're gonna have to take a risk.
I didn't have a plan, though. I'd already called in the backup we needed.
We have no other options.
But
this won't be our first stop on a tight schedule. I can make it work.
this isn't like those other times. You should avoid taking on both the army and the Holy Office at the same time. Don't be rash.
He didn't have to tell me that. I knew this was insanely risky.
Bro, it's not like we can get an appointment at this time, right?
Guy's official number wasn't even connected this late. When I called, they had politely told me to try again later.
Going through the front door would be too much of a grand entrance. The area in front's full of reporters and protesters.
Even the army was stationed there, but if I try to explain things, they never buy the story. Hell, they just end up more suspicious of us. Yeah, who's gonna believe that story? January 8th was a little over 2 hours away. We didn't know the exact time Miori Soga would die, so for all I knew, it was the exact moment the date changed.
But that doesn't mean we can wuss out.
Also, they only had like less than 2 hours?
We may be up against the army, but now we can even the playing field. We might even have the upper hand.
And that's why you called me, I assume.
Without so much a sound, Juno appeared in front of me.
You're here. I've been waiting.
I said I'd be involved, but I don't recall agreeing to be your maid.
How else are you gonna be involved? Juno closed her umbrella and glared at me.
Who do you think you are? Do you want to die with me?
No thank you.
You showed up right when I asked, so...
I would have come whether you called or not. I've been riding that Ferris wheel since you contacted me. It was about to finish its 4th revolution.
She's been waiting around? I messaged her a whole hour ago. Suddenly, she grabbed me and Momo by the hand.
Huh?
Let's begin.
Oh, hold on. I gotta explain what's going on.
Oh,
Cadenza. Improvised.
Yeah.
She doesn't even let us finish talking. What? Whose perspective are we on? Is this Asuma? Oh yeah, it is Asuma. Since yesterday, I've been quite the hot topic on the news, and Bleh, why am I starting? Since yesterday, I've been quite the hot topic on news shows and social media.
A witch hunt. In 2038.
I was impressed that they managed to kick up such a fuss over such vague information. Or perhaps it was the vagueness of the information that led up to its blowing up the way it has.
You're still working?
This man was my assistant. One of the few I allowed to enter Gaia's control room.
You should get some rest.
Don't tell me what to do. Get out.
You should avoid the internet for the time being.
You're the one who told me to familiarize myself with the nature of this scandal.
In hindsight, that was a mistake.
He's definitely in on
I don't
this.
care about any of it. It doesn't affect me. Just get out.
Yuan left in silence. He really liked getting in the way of my work. Even this late in the day, he persisted. Who did he think he was? My handler? The media and the public alike were simply saying whatever made them sound righteous. He was all virtue signaling, drama for the sake of drama. None of it meant anything to me.
I read online that the boy lost his father to suicide. No doubt he has issues as a result.
That's so messed up to say about a
If you ask
14-year-old
me,
boy.
he should be taken to the experts and provided with the appropriate mental health care.
Hear what they're saying? Asuma Sogo's old man offed himself, cause they found out he embezzled company funds and fired him.
Why are they talking about his family business like that? Why would they say that's messed up?
What's the kid's mom up to anyway? Pretty weird there's no info about her, am I right? Want to hear my guess? I think I'm on the right track. She's out having a good time with other guys. I mean, her
stop.
14-year-old son's locked up and being forced to work for a government agency. But does she give a shit? No way. She could be some government worker's side hoe.
That's
She's
messed
riding
up.
some dude right now while her kid's getting canceled.
What is wrong with him?
Man, everyone in this story is a piece of shit. The entire Soga family is garbage.
Oh, like you're not
Especially the
garbage
mom.
for making
That
this
bitch is going
video, like,
straight
huh?
to hell.
Don't talk about someone's mom like that. You don't even know the kid. Before I could stop myself, I had thrown my mug at the floor. The warm milk inside spilled
You're
out.
a piece of shit.
All these people were online. I could find out where they lived in minutes. How would they like it if I clapped back and doxed them?
An intruder?
The sound was an alarm that triggered when unauthorized presence
Graham
on the
doing?
premises. I pulled up all the building security feeds.
Where are they?
I couldn't see them anywhere. I cycled through the cameras, but I couldn't find the intruders anywhere. I isolated the locations where the sensors were tripped, then checked the nearest cameras nearby. I rewound the recording. Everything seemed normal for a while. But there was a split second of people. 2 of the 3 were people I'd seen several times this past month. Polan, Takauka, and Lucia. I watched them for a moment. Rather than walking out of frame, the 3 just disappeared like they were standing. Had this footage been doctored? No, a forgery would have been more convincing. There were no signs that someone had tampered with the recording either. I looked for other security feeds that showed them. I found one right away. They literally just put the whole sprite there. The previous camera and this one were nowhere near each other. They were about 200 meters apart. It was a direct path between them, but still. Somehow, they moved between these points in under a second. And not just once or twice either. They were moving like this over and over. It didn't look like they were going to some specific place. It was just their jumping was completely random. It was almost like they were teleporting. Wait, I missed it. What did it say? What are they after? Gaia? Whatever it was, I didn't want them wandering around the facility doing as they pleased. They were pissing me off. But I couldn't use Gaia to predict their actions either. For starters, Lucia didn't even exist inside the Earth simulator. And then there was Polan Takaoka. Every now and then again, the guy did some weird stuff that messed with my projections. It happened during the hunt for Lucia and Nakano, and whenever he showed him sense, Gaia's predictions were thrown in disarray. The two of them were a real pain. But what could I do about them? Following my intuition, I pulled up the details of the places where they'd appeared. This facility housed the quantum computer, so it was designed to identify and analyze any quantum fluctuations that might hinder the QCDC. I checked the data and found the numbers were way higher than usual.
So that's what it is. That means I can predict where they'll go next.
I had the guy QCDC analyze the data, then left the control room. As I walked, I contacted Greg.
We have some intruders.
I know, but I'm unable to pinpoint the location. We're searching for them now.
What are you people paid for? I'll send you their location later, so do your job.
They were so useless. Still, quantum teleportation then.
That's quite fascinating. What would I do?
The thought piqued my curiosity. I opened up my Gaia and ran a simple experiment. Not a recreation of reality or anything, but a simulation that showed how things would look like with unrealistic parameters. I tried creating a means of connecting 2 points in space-time that were unimaginably distant from each other. A wormhole, basically. And then I ran a simulation. This method felt like cheating, given how utterly divorced from reality it was. Following the simulation, the spaces surrounding the wormholes began rapidly collapsing. They were too unstable to maintain the wormhole. It was no wonder, of course. I had basically warped space-time. But perhaps I could further stabilize the wormhole by adjusting some other parameters. This is a game I played with Gaia from time to time. I fiddled with it for a little while before the analysis was complete. The guy QCDC was as reliable as ever.
Found
you.
We can't find it at all. What's going on here?
I never expected them to have so many fake Gaias.
This is a top secret facility, but somehow Oz had gotten his hand on a basic map for us. It showed us that the facility wasn't just within the Gaia Institution campus, but it stretched beneath Umiro Mori Park as well. We had an idea where Gaia could be, so we got Juno to take us here, but it turned out that there were a load of places Gaia could be. We'd already jumped 3 times, and each place was a dummy room designed to look as it could house Gaia. They were all full of SFG soldiers too. We haven't called on Juno to get us in. We would have been caught immediately.
They're very wary of intruders here.
Gaia could predict the future with insane accuracy, so it was way worse than any weapon known to man. All these security measures were probably to keep it safe in the event of terrorist attacks and stuff. But thanks to those measures, we hadn't come across Gaia yet. And we need to find Gaia to get to Asuma.
You're useless. And you should stop taking a break after every jump. The longer we hang around, the more I feel like the army's suddenly gonna catch us.
You thought I could jump around an infinite number of times? Of course I can't. If I could do that, there'd be no risk of you taking Kent away from me.
What? I wasn't even trying to steal Kent, damn it.
Do you need to rest?
Just who do you think you are?
Oh my god.
Do you have a few screws loose or something? I'm not answering
coming
to
from
a dumb
you.
little girl like you.
I'm sorry.
She's just trying to watch out for you, man.
Hey, that was uncalled for.
Exactly.
Stop acting like we're friends. You should be thankful that I'm helping you at all.
Well, she didn't deny that she needed a break. Was this something to do with the satellite system she used?
We're going. Give me the coordinates.
Cross. Send them over.
Sharing now.
Right now, we had no choice but to check every possible
go.
place. In just a moment, and in total silence, the surroundings changed. It made me feel a nauseous like VR sickness. My brain couldn't keep up. Momo put her hand on her head. She didn't look too good.
Just as I predicted.
I spun around to where the voice was coming from and saw Asuma. He was waiting for us?
Look at that. He came to you instead. That saves you some time. Anyway, good luck.
Wait, why is she just gonna leave us like this? No! Juno began walking away, clearly ready to leave.
You're running away?
I believe I mentioned that I'm no mate of yours, did I not?
Damn, she
I
just
will
left
be killing
us
you
here?
sometime down the line.
What
And if you fail to meet Kent's expectations, I'll kill you even sooner.
So I'd be dead either way? What? Does this psycho think of anyone but herself? I don't even feel like going after her anymore. Even if I did, she'd just escape on her own. Asuma didn't spare her a second glance either. He was glaring at us. We had nowhere to run. At least he managed to meet him though. That was a plus. It meant we cleared the first stage.
Tell me what you want, intruders.
We're not your enemy.
Odd to hear that from someone who just broke into this facility.
Let us explain. Asuma Soga, your mother's life is in danger.
What?
We didn't know if it was going to be an accident or if someone was coming to kill her. But if his mom died, Asuma himself would somehow become the church's calamity. And this calamity would bring ruin to the world as it hurtled towards its end. We explained that to him as briefly as possible.
Oh, that's worrying. Is that what you thought I'd say? I'm surprised you believe all that occult nonsense. Ever heard of facts? Logic? Speaking such nonsense is tantamount to wasting my time.
Of course he
I have no
doesn't believe in
reason to
anything but
believe you.
science.
If anything, you're the ones I should be most skeptical of.
Exactly, like, they just intruded in his place. Like, why would he believe them? Shit, he wasn't buying it at all.
We need to save the world. Cicada 3301, Kent Kurihisa is doing whatever he can to ensure that happens. He told us to protect your mother. At the very least, please let us keep watch over you until tomorrow.
No.
Gotta find the right time. The danger is real. You have to work with us here. Please.
FYI, my mother's completely safe. I don't need your help with that. Get out.
Asuma!
Did I say you could address me by name?
Hey, this is bad.
Oz, I'm kind of busy right now.
Listen. The Ministry of Defense made their move. The minister himself issued an order to the SFG.
An order? To do what?
Seize the Gaia Institution.
Huh.
That place is about to turn into a battlefield, kid.
Oh. Not gonna be safe for much longer, is it?
Asuma, where are you now?
Oh, God.
What is it?
The army's acting strange. They're arresting all the employees on duty. I have no idea why.
What is Graham doing?
I can't reach him.
Where are you strolling about now?
I'm in front of Gaia. Get yourself back here. No, there's soldiers here too.
Hey, don't let them touch Gaia!
I know, but how did they get in? Why are they here? Something's not right.
Show me the situation there.
I checked the vision he shared with me. Yuan was right. The control room was full of soldiers who normally wouldn't have access.
Halt! Keep your hands off that console! Who ordered you? Do you understand the consequences?
Is he gonna get shot? The soldiers pointed their guns at the camera. At Yuan.
What are you?
Oh no!
Did I say you could end the call? Say something.
No, I think he's dead.
Ewan! What's going on?
I checked the control room's camera. He's dead. The feed displayed instantly. The real-time footage showed. I thought he was a bad guy, but he got shot. What? What the hell? Who said you could die? That's what you think so? Who said you could? You're not worried? Oh, what is... Yeah, everybody in this game just has a few things wrong with them. I never once told you to die. Oh, yeah, that right. He just chose to die. What the...
You didn't even hesitate to kill that spy.
You ordered me to do it.
So you just obeyed me? Are you a dog? If so much as a single person in that room reports you, your life is basically over. Aren't you afraid?
My job is to make sure that you can do your job comfortably. Honestly, I'm jealous of your talents. That's the reason I decided to respect your judgment. Nobody else's opinions matter to me. For you, I'll gladly take the fall. Tell me, what is it that you want?
Gaia belongs to me.
Very well. If that's what you need, then use me as you will. I will obey your every command.
What is going on here? Why is he like that to Asuma?
The SFG was given an order to seize this place. You're not safe here anymore, Asuma. You and your mom are both in danger.
So they were planning to cut me off, were they?
That pisses me off. This is pissing me off!
That's not the point here. But for as angry as I was, I would never allow anyone else to dictate what I did and did not do. Never! Okay? They're just trying to help you.
We finished separating the Guy QCDC from the network. 50 seconds behind schedule.
Rhino Leader here. Copy that.
Upon hearing that, Graham let out a sigh. Graham's group had been granted special administrative rights over the Guy QCDC and Gaia. These rights once belonged to Asuma, but he was stripped of them the moment the mission started. If they could also put the Guy QCDC into a standalone state, they could also separate Asuma from Gaia. This is one step further towards a successful operation.
All units report.
This is Alpha 1. We're blocking off all entrances. No one has left the area since the operation commenced.
Bravo 1, we're clearing the Gaia control room. Target A is nowhere in sight.
Charlie 1 to Rhino Leader. His private room's clear too. We can't locate Target A.
He's not where he should be? I guess he saw this coming.
Since Graham had started working with the Guy Institution, Asuma never willingly went anywhere but those two places. This was unexpected. The operation was already going wrong.
Alpha, keep the entrances blocked. Bravo, Charlie, expand the search radius. Narashino, did you find Target B's location?
No.
If they found Target B, Asuma's mother, they could use her as a bargaining chip to neutralize him. But not even the supervisors, the government, and the MOD knew where she was. They weren't expecting to find her during the operation, so she was deemed as a secondary target.
Are you sure we should shoot the boy?
This is rare for the adjunct to use captain instead of the call sign. This was actually the first time he'd ever questioned this operation while it was underway. The question reminded Graham of the moment he was ordered to conduct this operation.
Major Kingley, 13 minutes ago, I received a maximum priority mission for the SFG.
It was a sudden order straight from the commander responsible for overseeing the units in Asaka. Based in around Narashino and the institution, Graham's squad was almost entirely autonomous. It was rare for the commander to contact
Here are
them.
your orders. The government, the MOD, and the Central Readiness Force HQ have noticed that Asuma Soga is trying to appropriate the Guy QCDC and Gaia. They consider his actions tantamount to an act of treason against the state. Secure Asuma Soga immediately. Additionally, whether he is dead or alive is not relevant.
What?
I repeat, secure Asuma Soga immediately. Whether he is dead or alive is not relevant. That is all.
Our job is to carry out our orders.
And that was the answer Graham managed to wring from himself.
Roger that.
The adjunct had more to say, but he chose to remain quiet and end the call.
Looks like the government elites are trying to pin all the blame on a single kid.
His words were laced with bitterness. He knew full well that his feelings were at odds with what he just said to the adjunct. Asuma was a cocky child who saw the soldiers as pawns beneath him, and Graham didn't like him as a person either. But despite all that, Asuma was still a 14-year-old boy. Nobody could maintain their composure after being told to kill a child. But even so, soldiers had to follow their orders, didn't they? Or did they? Maybe they don't.
They've isolated the Guy QCDC. No doubt Graham's quite pleased with himself. But I anticipated this. I won't let them go unopposed.
Asuma had been turning that cube device in his hand for some time now. Was that how he inputs commands? Isolated, so it was separated from the internet? This meant that he would need to establish a wide connection if he wanted to use the Guy QCDC or Gaia. He didn't look like he was panicking though.
Did you set up a secret back door or something?
Of course I did.
So you really did secretly take over?
Asuma had found a hiding place in a nearby inspection corridor as soon as the army strolled in. It was like he knew they were coming. That move could probably buy us some time, but the army was thorough. There was no telling how long we'd be safe. Still, Asuma looked pretty calm. How is he so sure no one was gonna find us? Well, he has Gaia, right?
Pattern 52901, is it?
What are you looking at?
Why should I dignify that with a response?
Huh? Maybe I don't want a response.
Then be quiet.
God, everyone's so
Sheesh,
sassy
fine.
towards us in this game.
Sorry. Pattern 52 blah 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 is it?
Are you making fun of me?
Yes, Paula, you make fun of him.
You really want to come off as cool and explain it to us, don't you?
You're so annoying.
Right back at you.
We're back at you indeed.
Have you two forgotten where we are? Especially you, Polon. Getting worked up won't help us.
Huh? What, me?
No fair.
We don't have to be completely silent. They won't find us. At least not for another 10 minutes.
So he was actually predicting the future, huh?
What did you mean when you mentioned that pattern?
Again, why the hell do I have to tell you that?
You don't have to,
I don't know
help.
whether you told us or not. You're using Gaia to predict the army's movements. And you've made at least 50,000 predictions. You keep saying Gaia's awesome, but it can't predict stuff perfectly the first time round, huh?
However advanced Gaia may be, it can never be 100% accurate. Even if its accuracy was 99.9%, that remaining 0.1% would still allow for infinite variations. You should keep your ignorance to yourself.
He looked at me as a but he looked at me like I was beneath him, then exhaled
Why are
loudly.
you here anyway? Go away.
I'm trying to help you, sir. Excuse me?
Don't be like that, dude. It's not like I can just go for a stroll. If you
Yeah, you
really
tell
want
him.
us out of your hair, then how about give us the real-time feeds from all the cameras in the facility? That'll help us get past the army.
No way you're getting those.
We just want to protect your
She doesn't need your protection.
Don't make me repeat myself.
The Cradle has top-class security. The army doesn't even know where it is.
We know
There's
what it's
nothing
called
about
now.
my mother on the internet either. I had it erased.
The cradle? So that's where your mom is.
Yeah. I had the guy QCDC manage it.
So he'd scrubbed online info to hide her whereabouts, huh? That explained why we couldn't find much about her.
Get it? The world's most powerful quantum computer is responsible for her security. And this
And she still
security
died?
cannot be bypassed with a single step of verification. It even updates itself every 9 seconds. To get past it, you'd need to start by developing a quantum computer superior to the guy QCDC.
So Asuma is basically saying that even if someone had found the cradle, they wouldn't be able to get
I'm
in.
also closely monitoring it at all times. I'm the only one who can get past the security. Not even Mother herself can bypass it.
What if you have Juno just teleport
Finding
there?
her is impossible.
It wasn't like his mom was imprisoned, totally isolated from the outside world. I could only think of one reason Asuma would hide her like
You
this.
knew what would happen to her, huh?
I wasn't certain. Like I said, Gaia's predictions aren't perfect.
That's true.
There are multiple Earth simulators all over the world. There are too many irregularities, too. Like Cicada and you. But you wouldn't need Gaia to predict that the government would someday attempt to snuff me out. Burdened with secrets and a guilty conscience, anyone is capable of betrayal, without a second thought.
I'm impressed. It's hard to believe you're younger than me.
Well, you are an imbecile.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, you're telling. This bow-tie boy really thought he was the hot shit. Yeah, right. Yeah, he was clever, and I could see why people called him a genius. But at no point during his explanation did I sense a shred of consideration for what his mom wanted. That kind of stood out to me.
So when's your
That's true.
end of the world supposed to happen anyway?
January 19th, 3:14 and 7 seconds UTC.
That's just the year 2038 problem.
I'm gonna look at that again. Is this like 2012 but 2038? Potential problem that could cause malfunctions. Oh yeah. Right. Right, we read this before. It's like when the systems are all overloaded or something like that and things crash.
Does that mean this world's also? Well, I had a
meant this
hunch.
Hey, what does the world look like in Gaia after the 19th?
If he'd used Gaia for so many simulations, he must have simulated the days past the time of the end.
It simulates the world as normal. There's not a single simulation that shows the world ending then. Maybe it'll happen because you two will mess something up.
Why would you think that?
Well, neither of your existences makes any sense. One of you is a woman that's seemingly incarnated into being at random. And the other's a man with an abnormally low sync rate.
Huh? Sync rate? What's that?
The number that measures the consistency between a person's actions in Gaia simulations and their actions in reality. Normally, it ranges from 95 to 99%. That's how accurate Gaia's predictions are. But when you act differently because you've seen an Earth simulator's predictions, the sync rate drops significantly.
And that reminded me of Kent Kurihisa. He sought the fate line after
But
all.
even then, it never falls below 80%. Despite that, you...
What are we? What?
You're fine most of the time, but sometimes your
40%?
sync rate drops to absurdly low levels. About 20%.
Oh shoot, that's even
A
lower
sync
than I
rate
thought.
that low is never usually displayed. It defies reason.
What do you mean by sometimes?
Like when you're doing your hacking quests. Your rate usually drops 2 or 3 times during those.
Quests, huh? I guess that my guess was that the drops lined up with when I saved and loaded. That makes sense.
And then there's you.
Asuma glared at Momo.
You don't even exist in the world.
I don't exist?
No matter how many times I simulate the present moment in Gaia, you simply don't appear. You're not there.
She's not supposed to. Well, she's not a quote unquote like real being. Was he serious?
I see. I don't really understand myself why I incarnated like this. But I still have a will of my own, and I wish to act upon it.
Momo. Nice. That was what I expected from one of us. For all we knew, she might have been a literal messenger sent by God.
You piss me off because you mess with my Gaia.
Okay, we're
Whenever
trying to help
two
you out
are
right now,
involved,
okay? Can we
nothing
get to
goes
the
as
point?
predicted.
That's just life,
You
isn't
don't have
it?
to predict anything.
You really piss me off. You can see the future too, can't you?
Don't think I don't realize that. Seeing the future, huh? In a way, yeah. You could say that's what saving and loading was about.
That's why I don't trust you. I trust my Gaia and my Gaia alone.
Okay. I guess we'll just let things play out and have your mother die since you don't trust us. Like, trying so hard to help you, but... Asuma left the terminal about 10 minutes later.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm going to Gaia's control room. I won't let them touch Gaia ever again.
I don't know if
I'll
it's
fight
safe
back
there.
and chase them out. They'll regret this betrayal.
How are you, a little 14-year-old
You're
boy,
gonna
gonna
fight the
them?
army?
Yeah. Asuma wasn't even paying attention to his surroundings as I walked. I couldn't let him go it alone.
Hey, they'll find you.
As if.
We'll use it when it counts.
He was really confident, but he was stressing me out too. I bet. I told myself to calm down. Asuma knew what the army was going to do, so he probably has his reasons for marching off.
Not right now.
I stayed close to him and waited to see what happened. The institution was like a labyrinth. It wasn't even on the map Oz had sent. Even the hallway were in a zigzag mess. Just moving forward was a hassle. It felt like we might run into the army at any moment. That would massively suck. But Asuma just kept walking around. Eventually, we came to a crossroad. We'd heard the sound of multiple footsteps coming from the right.
Gonna run into the army if we keep going this way.
Shut up.
I can't, man.
He looked so indifferent that I couldn't help grabbing his shoulder to stop
Let
him.
go of me. The timing must be perfect, and you're not helping.
Timing?
Asuma began fiddling his cube input device. The soldiers' footsteps were getting louder.
Asuma, we gotta run!
No, I finished the prep.
That sound.
The gunshots?
Gunfire.
And there were a lot of guns too. Didn't look like we'd been spotted though.
What did you do?
Saying nothing, Asuma continued walking forward. The hallway came to a T-junction before long, and Asuma stopped in front of it. 10 seconds of silence passed. I heard more gunfire and screams coming from our left. Asuma checked the area, then turned in the direction of the gunfire. We came across two soldiers.
Dead?
Oh, sheesh. They were lying in pools of blood, oh god. There was no mistaking it. They were dead.
Did you kill them? How? Did you make the security system attack them?
The security system isn't even armed. This is a state-run company, you know. The ones at the top don't want to be blamed for any mishaps, so they don't install anything lethal.
But then that gunfire...
I'm just using AR projections.
AR?
And I'm using a projection of myself. I had to be careful at first. The manner and timing of my projection had to be perfect. Some SFG soldiers are more skilled than others. That's why I targeted the soldier who was the least experienced and most anxious. I had my
that's messed
projection
up,
appear
though.
right in front of him. The odds of him panicking and pulling the trigger were 99.4%. Who do you think died when that imbecile shot him?
It's AR, so nobody should have died.
No. I projected the AR over another soldier's body, concealing them entirely. Of course, since the soldiers are bigger than me, I had to include a projection of the background as well. And since I
Dang.
used the Guy QCDC to control it in real time,
Any soldier Asuma projected himself would disappear completely. It would look like Asuma was only one
the
there.
soldiers weren't acting as a unit, so I waited for two of them to encounter each other alone, then projected myself onto both.
So you made them shoot each other without knowing it?
Once the first shot was fired, even the most elite soldier would panic. Not even Graham would keep his cool in that scenario. I knew that the probability of pattern 52901 was high. I've simulated it countless times. It's all right here in my head. I know exactly what they're going to do, down to every last gesture. The only factor I cannot account for is the presence of you two. So don't do a thing. Just sit still.
He really was a genius. But I could tell that this kid was messed up too. Oh, I think we all could tell. What kind of person would simulate themselves getting betrayed by the government and murdered by the army, then fully memorize it? Well, I think, like you said, it's not too hard to tell that these people could betray him at any time, and to make a preparation for something like this happening, it actually makes a lot of sense. Most of his simulations must have ended with him messing up and getting shot. I've never seen any Earth simulator myself, but I heard they were pretty realistic. Could a kid his age really stay sane after seeing himself get killed over and over in that much detail? That is true, that's a lot of the
If you can predict the future this well... No, forget I said anything.
What? I should be able to neutralize them without killing? Why would I do that? They double-crossed me, so they pay the price.
Asuma kept going deeper and deeper into the facility without encountering a single soldier. Area Z, where Gaia was located, really was like a maze. But even now, instead of taking the straight path, Asuma was using a detour to avoid the soldiers. He was turning corners, doubling back, switching to longer routes, and sometimes stopping in place for an entire minute. He passed by multiple fake Gaia locations, went up some stairs and down others. This place seems so complicated, how did they build it? He used elevators built to travel between 2 floors. In the end, I had no idea where we were. It was distant gunfire. Soldiers' screams echoed. We did come across some bodies, but nobody's still breathing. Dude, I wonder how long they have been doing this. Asuma's actions were calculated precisely, and as he walked on, he tinkered almost mechanically with the device in his hand. More and more soldiers died, but he didn't seem to mind.
You don't mess up, do you?
I know the correct solution from the get-go. There's no way I can mess up. I even know when the army's going to commence its retreat. I just need to stay the course.
But you yourself said that an Earth simulator's predictions can never be perfect in a world with multiple Earth simulators.
And? What of it?
It was the Vatican's Earth simulator that predicted you would become a calamity.
It's a given that the Holy Office 513 will be involved. They're incredibly persistent. It's possible their agents have already infiltrated this facility.
Just like we did. You tried capturing Momo and Nakano before, didn't ya? The Holy Office were behind that too. Don't act like you didn't know.
Almost none of the agents have seen the fate line, the predicted outcome. But the one in charge has certainly seen it.
That means Gaia's predictions could be wrong. Don't put too much faith in them.
They twist the present to get the future they want. And I don't know anyone willing to go to the lengths they do. Not even you, Asuma.
That's why you should stop messing with the army and put your mother first. Something bad's gonna happen if you don't.
And even if he chased the army out of the facility, it would still be over. He was completely cornered here. Even if he managed to take control of the Gaia institution, what would he do with it? He was still just a 14-year-old kid. He wouldn't be able to keep up his winning streak for as long if he was up against the state itself.
We'll help you, so let's protect her together. I'm sure your mom would love the company of her son, too. Being with you would sure beat being locked up all alone.
I wonder how long his mom has been locked up. Imagine all this time she's just been locked up and he hasn't seen her at all. at all. Like, that would be terrible. And that was when. And like, I wonder how they deliver food to her.
Don't
Asuma
you
glared
order
at
me
me again.
around.
I never seen such intense defiance in his eyes.
Don't you dare talk about my family! You don't know a thing! You don't!
Suddenly, he felt silent. Then he turned pale and quickly began working his device.
What? Why? Why is this?
Not right now.
Okay. What? What was he seeing on his BMI?
What happened?
Did his mother's place get infiltrated?
This is impossible. This couldn't have.
Tell me what's happening.
The security. Someone turned off the cradle's security.
What do we tell you?
We'll use it when it counts. No!
The impossible had happened.
The situation's not good.
That's when the date changed. Chills went up my spine and I felt the certainty of the calamity
The
approaching.
situation's not good.
Don't tell me that's over? Or do we switch perspectives? Like... Finally, he's not looking so confident, though.
I can't see. I can't see what's happening in there. The cameras aren't working. All 7 of them are dead. The recording. Maybe the camera saw someone before that.
Asuma mumbled that he spun his device faster than ever. My eyes couldn't keep up with the speed of it. To look at his hands, you'd think he was totally calm. His inputs were as controlled as you expect from a boy genius, but then... Oh no. His hand slipped and the device fell to the floor.
Don't scare me like that.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't want to miss the teleport thing. Oh no. Mumble picked it up and gave it to him.
There you are!
Oh, no.
Calm down.
Not the soldiers. Asuma had only been standing still for a few minutes. There was enough time for the soldiers to find us. I don't know which was more impressive, Asuma's illusion or the army's tracking. Despite the chaos, Asuma had fallen in a daze. He wasn't even trying to move.
Don't brush me.
I don't know. I'm trying to get out of here before y'all get shot. Shit!
We gotta run!
Momo took Asuma's hand and ran. I followed close behind. We ran all over the place trying to lose them before somehow finding a place to hide. But we couldn't stay here. Now that they had a rough idea of where we were, they'd start closing in on us. It was only a matter of time before they found us.
Yeah, might have to use it soon.
Okay.
Let me go!
Asuma shook off Momo's hand. I'm struggling so hard. What's happening? He went right back to tinkering with his device.
Why can't I restore the security? Why isn't it accepting my commands?
I don't know, maybe he should just listen to us? His hand stopped. He glared at us.
It was you two, wasn't it? You did something, didn't you?
Bro, we're trying to help you.
Shh, keep quiet.
The army could probably hear us. Damn it!
That's the only explanation. Shit! I told you too much! Shit, shit, shit!
The situation's not good.
Please calm down!
Momo grabbed Asuma by his shoulders and looked into his eyes.
Calm down! You can't panic. Not now!
Shut up!
God, he's so rude. Don't push her, you... Asuma pushed her away.
You?
Yeah, that's what I pull on. I'm gonna punch him in his face. I don't care if you're a 14-year-old boy. You don't touch her like
Hold
that.
on.
You don't
It's
push
okay.
her. No, it's not. He needs to be bitch slapped right now. Yeah, I had to chill out myself too.
I need to do something. Anything.
Asuma went back inside his shell. He was trying to deal with the situation through his device. Even though he just said he was ignoring his
Are
command.
you really the only one who could turn off the security? Is there nobody else who could have done it?
The army had temporarily revoked his administrative rights, but he'd taken them back earlier. It could have been them again.
There was one other person, but they killed him.
Maybe Iwan is not actually dead? Or they took it from Ebon?
No one else. No one. No one else even has administrative access to the Guy QCDC, let alone the wherewithal to actually control it.
In that case, it's gotta be one of the Holy Office agents. I mean, they have their own QCDC. Either that, or they used some sacrament that let them get past the security.
Perhaps. Rosario, do you know anything about this? Rosario?
Why isn't she responding? There was no response. She was supposed to be snooping on the Holy Office by herself.
It's no good. I can't reach her.
Oh no. Had something happened to her? I had a bad feeling about this.
Calm down.
I'm not calm. It was pretty clear that whatever was happening, we hadn't seen it coming.
Cross, what's the army up to?
Okay, so it wasn't like a connection issue. They could still reach Cross. I asked him to intercept the army's comms.
They were panicking before, but they're getting it together now. They'll find you in no time. Doesn't seem like they're aware that the Cradle's security's off, though. They still don't know where his mother is.
The army didn't know anything. The Holy Office had to be the ones messing with the Cradle. That meant that they were probably behind the security outage too.
If that's true, then now's our chance. Yeah, might have to use it soon.
Now's our chance to use the teleport. We wanted to make our move before the army, deal with both of them and Holy Office at the same time? Hell no.
The situation's not good. Asuma, I'll go to the Cradle. Tell me where it is.
You. It really was you, wasn't it? You're the one who turned off the security. You're going to kill her, aren't you? I was right. I won't let you. I won't let that.
Calm down. If you go, the army will follow. You'll just end up giving away your mother's location.
We didn't know how Asuma's mother was going to die. It wasn't just the Holy Office we had to look out for. The army could be the real threat. We had to keep everyone away from her.
If you keep the army busy, I'll be able to move around unrestricted.
The army only cared about Asuma. They wouldn't pay attention to what I was doing. Well, why would Asuma
Take
trust
your mom
you, though?
and run.
So you want Asuma to be a distraction?
I do understand that he doesn't trust them, but it is a difficult situation for both of them to be in.
Yeah.
Momo had helped with this kind of plan before, so she knew what I was getting at right away.
Let me help you, Asuma.
What if the army finds you?
They'll just kill me, I guess.
Then...
But you know, I can predict the future, too. Oh, and I didn't give you the details before, but my thing is different from your future predictions. My thing involves saving and loading. By loading, I can come back in time to whenever I save. Sounds insane, right? Trust me, I know, but it works. I proved that to you in Nakano, remember? I got away. That's why I can save your mom and get away with her, too.
Anons with bright futures, who can't sit idly
Oh
by
my
when
god,
someone's in need.
she's doing
That's
the
what
speech
Nakano
too.
Symphonies is all about.
Exactly.
Damn it.
Oh my god, this is so confusing. Asuma sent me something.
That's where the Cradle is.
Lower tier, so it goes from Area Z, and then it's all the way down there. Jesus, that deep, huh? A whole bunch of doors kept it sealed away, but it was basically a fortress. Now that its security wall was off, anyone could just waltz in there.
This doesn't mean that I trust you. Our interests just happen to coincide. You'd better keep her safe. I'll make you pay if anything happens to her.
Yeah.
I bet we'll keep her
Count
safe.
on me.
My eggs, I met Momo.
Momo, stay with him.
Asuma was panicking, but I didn't want to leave him
I
alone.
will. PK. careful, Polon.
Aw.
You too, Momo. Don't do anything crazy.
You think Momo can take care of him? She doesn't have save and load. I ran through the hallway marked on the map. I guess she's there for like mostly mental support, and then Asuma is gonna try to run away with his like QCDC thing. Oh, we're Momo's perspective now.
After parting ways with Polon, I held Asuma's hand as we sprinted desperately around the facility.
Now go up the stairs. No, wait. Bad idea. To the right then. Shit, there's too many of them.
Cross was relaying directions so we could make our way around without running into any soldiers, but we couldn't avoid them forever. Maybe it was because we've been spotted once already, but no matter where we went, I could sense soldiers nearby.
Can you contact Juno?
Polon's calling her, but she's ghosting him.
Wow.
Damn it. As soon as I lock it up, someone unlocks it again. Who's doing this?
Locks what up? Locks what up?
Asuma shook my hand and went back to inputting commands on his Q device. It looked like he was trying to turn the security on again, but he was so focused that he wasn't paying any attention to our situation. And that's why I had to take his hand and manually lead him away from any danger. The confident facade he displayed when he found us had vanished completely.
Asuma, leave your mother to Polon and worry about yourself.
I grabbed his arm and tried to lead them, but then...
Don't order me around!
Bruh.
He shook me off again.
We're trying to help.
Asuma, wait!
Shit, Momo, turn around. There's...
Oh no.
Target sighted!
Oh no!
We ran into two soldiers. They pointed their guns at us the moment they saw us.
I pushed Asuma to the ground. Bullets flew overhead. I crawled behind some cover, dragging Asuma with me.
They opened fire without hesitation. They didn't even warn us. They wanted us dead, but it was no wonder. Asuma was responsible for the deaths of countless soldiers. I wanted to save everyone, but even in the face of the end, people's hatred raged on. I couldn't stand it. It hurt so much that I wanted to scream. Was the world truly going to follow the fate line? Was this it? Bullets ricocheted off the walls around us. We were pinned down.
This is bad. More of them are on the way.
Oh no.
All I can do is tell you where they are. Get Asuma to use the security system. And that should buy you some time.
Okay. Asuma?
I looked over at him to see blood flowing from his forehead. Oh no. Had one of the bullets actually hit him? Oh god.
Asuma!
Oh no, was he shot in the head? Well, he would probably die. Maybe it scraped him. After separating from Asuma and Momo, I rushed towards Asuma's mom, Miori Soga. I had to be careful the army didn't spot me. I rolled out the fastest route, and man, did that suck. Well, how would he know? He doesn't have...
Don't worry, there's no one near you.
Oh, okay. So he also has someone guiding him.
Nice.
After checking if it was safe, I kept on moving. Cross was busy helping Momo, so Nono was acting as my backup instead. I called Oz and Karo too.
What happened with Asuma's family anyway? You two know, don't you?
They do? I knew that Asuma himself would never open up, so I hadn't even asked them. These two had been investigating Guy and Asuma for a while now, so I guess they knew something. And my guess was right on.
Asuma's father, Yukihira Soga, died 3 years ago. It destroyed the entire family.
Oh. People had dug up that piece of info, and it had blown up online. Apparently, he killed himself because he was exposed for embezzlement.
Even when he was little, Asuma displayed amazing talent when it came to computer engineering and programming. People called him a prodigy. Everyone praised him, and his parents were proud of him.
If you stop there, they'd sound like a happy family.
But his father, Yukihira Soga, was a totally unremarkable man.
Aww.
Unremarkable? A criminal guilty of embezzlement?
Well, he's not unremarkable in that regard, but it seems he considered himself a mediocre individual, especially compared to his son.
Oh no, now I'm comparing himself
He
to
tried
the
to live
son.
up to his son's expectations. He tried to keep up with him.
Aww.
He tried to be a father who was worthy of his son's genius.
No.
But he couldn't do it.
Aww.
He ended up taking money from the company he worked at.
How are those events related at all?
Could have been his pride as a father. Maybe he just wanted to show off to his son. Only the man himself knew the truth.
Maybe he like stole a bunch of money so like he could like look like he was rich and successful to his son, I'm guessing. What kind of person would steal just to prop his pride? Hell, resorting to that stuff should have made him feel even more pathetic. Man, what was it with dads and acting like total dipshits? You tell me,
The company
Polon, you tell
immediately
me.
found out what he was doing. They not only fired him, but took him to court too. He was truly disgraced by the end of it all.
Aw.
By that point, he
Man,
had nothing
really?
left to lose. It wasn't long before he was committing domestic violence against his wife and son.
That's messed up. I feel like he just had a fragile ego and he really just wanted to like have his son be proud of him. But he just resorted to like means that weren't really good. And I hate domestic violence. Like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yukihiro Soga probably figured that was the only other way he could feel superior to his son. A reprehensible mindset, of course.
Yeah, he just...
Not even that situation lasted, though. He committed before long.
I just hate how like people's ego like lead them to do such like stupid and like horrible things sometimes.
Asuma was the one who found the body.
Oh, he was 11 at the time. That's messed up. That explained why he didn't trust anyone and why he was so fixated on his mom too. I understand, yeah. He must have been through a lot. It made sense when you consider his past.
With the deadbeat dad and the domestic violence gone, you'd think the two of them would finally be able to relax, right?
Wait, why did they put that in blue? Ah, okay. I think they're just explaining this. Because usually, like, the index, I guess, is like for historical events and like tech words, but I think it's nice that they explain this. Domestic violence refers to abusive behavior between spouses, family members, or other forms of intimate relationships. God, I just wish all domestic violence would end. Like, so fucked up.
But Asuma's life only deteriorated further.
Huh?
Not that it made any sense, but Miori Soga blamed Asuma for her husband's death.
Yo, what is wrong with his family? Dude, both his parents suck. They suck. Like, they don't have the emotional intelligence of, like, being an adult. Like, they just, like, have ego and superiority issues. Like, they just don't, like, take accountability for anything. And they're blaming their child. Like, why can't you take some responsibility? That's fucked up. Never mind. I feel like it's okay that she's locked up in there. Like, I know they both went through a lot, but... Oh no. Oh no. This is so heavy. Back then, I felt neither shock nor sadness. I thought the pain would end and that mother would stop crying.
It's all your fault!
That's
Yukihiro would still be alive if it wasn't for you!
I don't want to hear that.
We were
This makes
happy
me really
together.
sad for some reason. No, you weren't happy. He was
Why did you have
physically
to crawl
abusing
out
you.
of me? Why couldn't you have died? I loved him. Give me back my husband. Give it back!
What about me, Mother?
So sad. Like trying not to cry.
Don't you love me?
You're nothing to me.
No! You know what? I don't want to save her anymore. That's so messed up. That's so messed up. That's so hurtful.
She fell into a coma after she overdosed on sleeping pills. It's a miracle she's even alive. She somehow managed to regain consciousness after 3 months, but she's neither of sound mind nor responsive in any meaningful way. There may be a means of restoring her to the way she was, though for the time being, recovery seems unlikely.
Oh, so maybe she's still in a coma right now. Okay.
Mother.
Man, his backstory is really effed up. I feel like really bad for Asuma now.
It's okay. Asuma, come here. Come to me. I'm sorry. I won't let you go again. I'm sorry.
Mother.
No! You get shot? No!
Asuma, keep it together, please.
Oh god!
Asuma!
Oh my god. Is this like... I don't know if his like eyes bleeding or like blood is going like down his eyes or something. Oh god. I woke up, but it wasn't Mother that I saw. The one holding me in her arms and keeping me safe was Lucia. A disappointing sight. Oh my god, really? No! You're getting shot at and she's trying to save you. Stop saying that. Then I felt my I can't speak. And then I felt myself. I can't speak. And then I felt myself start to panic again. Mother was in danger, and I was wasting time here. My vision was tinged with red. My hair was wet, and it felt gross. I touched it, coating my fingers in blood. Oh! My head was spinning. Everything was so loud. Couldn't they just keep it quiet?
What are you?
Oh no. But see, that's the thing. That's only the security, right? Like, what if he actually...
obey your every command.
Wait. I suddenly have a theory. You know how... we don't see Iwan getting shot, right? And then when he checks the security, he was lying in a pool of blood. It could have just been like a fake pool of blood. He could have staged his death, and like he could have been working with the army together, and he faked his death because we don't actually see him getting shot. So,
Asuma.
Oh no, he's having flashbacks of all like the people
What is it,
important
Father?
to him die.
Why are you just looking at me? Why aren't you helping me?
You're dead.
I can't.
Why aren't you helping me?
Shut up.
This is your fault.
No, shut up. It's not his fault that
It's
you're
all
so
your
weak.
fault.
No, stop saying
I loved him.
Give
Give me back my husband. Give it back.
I can't watch this. It's so sad.
Shut up. Stop it.
Oh my god, is this when he turns into a calamity because he loses it? Oh my god, no. We gotta.
Criminal.
Oh no.
Degenerate.
Just kill the little shit.
Dude, these adults are messed up.
Whip him in public.
Neck yourself.
Die.
Dude, stop.
Fucking die.
People are so
Shut up.
toxic.
Shut up. 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 Shut up.
Just shut up.
Suddenly, everything went silent.
What?
Oh god, this is like wrecked. Next thing I knew, I was standing in the hallway covered in blood. I glanced around. Countless pieces of meat were scattered across. Oh god, he said pieces of meat. That's gross. Countless pieces of meat were scattered across the floor. They'd probably been soldiers until a few moments ago. what happened? The woman remained, but she was staring at me in shock. Who killed these people? You probably turned into a calamity or something, right? It didn't matter. It was quiet now, and that was enough.
I'm still hoping. I'm still hoping that Mother will recover, so we can live together. That's what I want. It's not like it'll ever happen. Yeah, I know that. She'll never forgive me. I considered using Gaia to look into her future, but I was too scared to see. I even used some impossible parameters to generate an impossible present. A present in which our whole family was together and happy.
Aww.
It had only made me feel empty, but for a moment, just for a moment, I felt like I was going to be okay.
Aww.
That was why I generated it so many times. There was nothing wrong with that, right? Please, don't take anything else away from me. Please.
I need to switch to Polov's perspective. I just can't watch this backstory.
His mom's in a coma and won't wake up?
Oh my god, you guys are probably like, why is she so emotional? Like, I don't know, I get sad really easily, like, with like stories like that. Like, unsure of how to feel about it all, I rushed ahead to the hallways. Now I understood why Asuma's mother didn't seem to have much to say in what he did
His
with her.
family situation might be part of the reason he's so fixated on Gaia.
Damn it.
Oh, okay, that might make sense. I figured he was just a know-it-all brat. How could I get pissed off at him after hearing what he'd been through?
All I can do is
Yeah, it's
protect
harder
his
to get
mom.
mad at him doing
And I gotta do that no matter what.
I wasn't so cocky. I assumed I could have saved the little guy alone. But I wasn't the kind of douchebag to ignore someone in need either. An elevator was open at the end of the corridor. I ran in without a moment's hesitation. What if someone's ambushing you there? There was a biometrics touch panel inside, but the elevator started moving before I had a chance to use it. It looked like it only went one floor down. I swear, if I didn't make it in time... Oh, she's connecting. Rosario?
What's wrong? You didn't answer before. Did something happen?
There's too much noise in the background. Something wasn't
Where are
right.
you?
What's happening? She can't breathe.
Watch out. 513 arms.
Shoot. But who did they send?
Wait!
Oh god.
Rosario!
What is going on in her end?
Rosie turned off her GPS. I don't know where she is.
Oh no.
What?
So did she know beforehand? Was she trying to avoid being detected? The elevator reached the lower floor. Oh god. I ran through the open door and into another
Who the hell
hallway.
is Felino Arcana anyway? Momo, do you know?
Momo's not in a position to talk right now.
Did something happen?
Focus on what you gotta do.
That's so
Yeah.
chaotic.
All right.
Man, so much was going on. I felt like a net was tightening
No.
around us.
I'm just imagining it.
And I had my saving and loading. The Holy Office were going all out, and I just kicked their ass.
Stop! There's someone there!
Damn it! I got distracted.
Calm down.
I noticed something sharp flying towards me and jerked my body to dodge it. Oh god. It was across the size of a knife. The man who'd thrown it had clearly come from another country. He didn't look like a guy, staff, or soldier. That meant he had to be an agent of the Holy Office. I figured they'd get in here. He wasn't alone either. Oh god. There were about 10 people in front of me. Men and women of various ages. Unlike the guy who threw the cross, these people didn't look like agents. Actually, they looked super ordinary. Are they like workers of the facility? But there was something freaky about them. Blood was oozing from their necks, arms, and legs. Ugh. I could see wounds on some of their necks and backs of their hands. For some reason, the wounds were etched into the shapes of crucifixes. They looked like ordinary people, but their vacant gazing, coupled with the wounds carved in their bodies, well, something was definitely off about them.
Transgressor?
A transgressor.
Oh no, they're being mind controlled!
Punition.
No! Not hallelujah! No. How could I handle this? It didn't look like there were any way I could slip by them.
Don't scare me like that.
I'm trying to teleport you out.
I guess I'll Yeah, might have to use it soon.
Oh, Juno! She's like, you suck, man. Hold on, you're disappointing my brother. I can't. You're too slow. I'm gonna kill you instead. Juno was suddenly standing next to me.
Share the location, now.
Oh, right.
I quickly sent her the cradle's location. Next moment, Juno saved us! Oh my god. I'm so thankful of her. I know, like, I was thankful for her last time she saved us, but oh my god. Like, she's crazy, but she's really helping us out right now. She grabbed my arm and I immediately found myself somewhere new.
Don't you dare disappoint my Kent.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I hadn't expected her to come back. But man, just 1 second and we were here, huh? Things could have been way easier if she's been with us the whole time. Still, this wasn't the time to complain about that. I was finally at the cradle. This was the lowest area in the Institute. It was below even the deepest part of Tokyo Bay. Oh god, I don't know what that means, but probably pretty deep. I didn't sense anyone around here. It was so silent, it was kind of scary. I had to take Miyori Soga away from here ASAP, before the army or the Holy Office arrived.
Something's not right.
Even if Juno's saying something's not right, that's not good. I hadn't noticed until she said so, but Juno was right. It was a thick, heavy door that looked like it belonged on a giant safe, and it was open. I was told that Asuma's mother was comatose. She couldn't have left by herself. Had someone gone in there? Shit! We weren't first? Feeling tense as hell, I stepped inside the room. No, it was empty. Well, this place is really big, by the way. I looked around cautiously to see if anyone else was around. The room was bigger than I expected, and its ceiling was high too. It was more like a hall. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. The size only made it feel emptier, though. Maybe because the place was so bare. The only thing I could see was a king-sized bed. Like, why aren't there anything, like, attached to it? Like, ivy or anything? But there was no one in it.
Well?
Miyori Soga isn't here.
She's like, you're so slow.
Someone's already taken her.
Oh god. I should have jumped, didn't I? Oh, okay. I thought I was supposed to jump there and it was game over. Oh god. What's going on? Rosario fell to her knees, unable to stand back up. She was in a dark, cramped back alley that even the cleaning trucks ignored. There was garbage strewn all over. It was hard to believe an alley so dirty was connected to the main road. It was a place most passerbys would turn their backs to, but Rosario was in there. She was ignoring the filth, and she was fighting the pain. Her hand was pressed against her chest, where a blood stain was spreading wider. Oh no. But what hurt the most wasn't the wound or under the clothes, it was the splitting pain emanating from deep within her brain. She'd managed to contact Polon and warn him, but the cacophony of voices inside her head had silenced her. Whatever she'd said and heard was being drowned out by the voices echoing inside her mind. Oh, is someone like...
So this is what it was all about.
What's going on? It seems like someone's interfering with
You
her
had
mind.
already sowed the seeds of defilement in my body, Felino.
Huh? Rosario remembered the day she became an agent of the Holy Office 513. The body had been subjected to a particular ritual on that day. Oh no. Oh no. These a-holes. They probably like knew just in case, so they probably like put something in the bodies of the agents just in case they like defied them. They would either end their life or probably like mind control them. I don't know. It was approximately 2 years earlier. Driven by her thirst to avenge her father's death, she spied on the proponents of an end. She outwardly acted as one of them, and after long, hard work, she was finally accepted into the Holy Office 513 as an agent. And on her very first day, she was let into a moldy underground church in the Vatican. This was where she met Foligno Arcana. Rosario did not understand why it was Foligno she was meeting with, rather than the head of the Holy Office. Yeah, who is the head of the Holy Office? However, she recalled a disturbing story in which she heard from her anti-fate allies. There was once a child, an innocent girl too young to even speak. Separated from her parents, she was forced to see something not even the Holy Office agents were allowed to behold. The fate line. Furthermore, she relived the lives of the individuals who witnessed the past miracles through VR, simulated in necro pilgrimage. The process was reiterated every day, all day long, all year long. For what seemed like an eternity, she was made to watch the past of total strangers and the future predictions leading to the end of time. Is that Foligno? And thus, Holy Office 513 attempted to create an artificial Virgin Mary. This were the rumors she'd heard. If the said girl was Foligno, it would explain why she could talk with Lorenzo Garzelli, head of the Holy Office 513, as her equal. Man, these people are so messed up. They be trying to create like an artificial, what's it called? Lucia, they're trying to create a artificial, like, who is the person they were trying to create again? Hold up. I know I skipped it. How to go back to the... Know how to go to the backlog again. Hold up. Help. Okay. I can't backlog? Okay, fine. Thus, Rosario had no other choice but to do as what she was told. First, she unbuttoned her clothes, then kneeled before the cross. What is this weird ritual?
Every agent is a guardian of the fate line that guides us to the blessed end.
What are they doing? Why is she putting a knife?
As such, they must have the holy marks carved upon their being. It is proof of their oath to the Lord, a sign that they will devote their bodies to God until the moment of the promised end.
Yeah, you knew these people were effed up. Foligno gently pierced Rosario's chest with a consecrated blade. Trails of crimson blood flowed along her pale skin. Oh, no.
Endure. This is a trial and a test of your piety.
Bruh.
If your beliefs remain firm, the Lord will surely reward you.
Foligno smiled, but her hand didn't stop.
Rosario, your father's end was most unfortunate. For what reason was he subjected to such a violent death? Answer me, Rosario Rossellini.
Because he turned his back on the will of God and tried to reveal the fate line to the world. Because he was in touch with Kent Korihisa, the man who bared his fangs at the Lord. Because he rejected the end.
Indeed, all of those were terrifying actions, and each one an affront to the will of our Lord. The fate line must not be disturbed. We sought to grant him salvation until the very end, but our every attempt ended in failure. Do you remember, Rosario? Though you were but a child, your young eyes most assuredly had witnessed what happened on that day.
Don't mind her.
What
That's
happened
traumatic
to your
event.
father for turning his back on our Lord? You remember. Yes?
Yes.
I remember.
He burned in the flames of punition, suffering and writhing in pain. While many people watched.
And for his transgressions, his soul will never see the pearly gates. It is most regrettable. My own breast aches with empathy at the mere thought.
It does not
of the
sound
pain
empathetic
your
at
frail
all.
young heart experienced. Rosario, you must not become a sinner like your father. As of now, you must reject him every moment of your life.
Yes.
Oh my god, she is creepy and weird as hell.
I reject my father.
Repent. Repent. Repent.
No,
Thus,
Paulino, you repent.
the holy mark is
He's
etched
such a
into
weird,
your
creepy
being.
weirdo.
Congratulations, Rosario Rossellini.
The holy mark Felino carved upon her was now throbbing painfully as it bled. In the wake that the pain followed with intense headache and endless whispering voices. Was that what was like carved onto the people too? Because Polon said he saw some people who had like marks carved into
This
them?
must be her sacrament.
Oh, she has a sacrament too. I mean, of course, I guess. She's like she's up there, right? A woman's whispers echoed and resonated inside of Rosario's head. She couldn't even hear her own voice anymore. She felt that if she obeyed the voices, she would surely
You
lose
won't
herself.
have me. You won't take me. If that's my fate, I'd rather.
Rosario unfastened a knife from her waist. She glared down at it with cold, glassy eyes. No! Then plunged the blade in her chest. No! Can we change that? Can we go back in time and change that? What? And there wasn't a single soldier in Gaia's control room. Did they all die? I haven't even seen Graham yet. No, that didn't matter right now. What was happening to Mother? Lucia looked tense. She was muttering something to herself. Wait, no. She was talking over BMI.
Hey!
I walked up to her and grabbed her by the collar. Don't do that! This man has no... I mean, okay, I understand your backstory, but you don't do that.
You're talking to Polon Takaoka, aren't you?
Why can't she?
Stop being secretive! Put me through to him!
But...
Just do it!
She nodded, and I let go of her. God, she doesn't deserve that.
Okay.
I want to slap him. Asuma should not do.
Asuma.
Is my mother okay?
Oh no.
Is she?
She wasn't there.
What?
She wasn't in the cradle. It was empty.
She wasn't there?
Oh no. But how?
Someone took her out of there. Think you can find her?
The most likely culprit? The one who think that. No, not Juno! I mean, I understand, but like... it's not Juno. The most likely culprit, the one who first came to mind, was Juno. She had ties to Polon Takaoka. With her quantum teleportation, it would have been possible for her to take my mother without anyone noticing. When I checked the Cradle's quantum fluctuation stats, however, I saw nothing unusual. So it wasn't Juno. Okay, good thing he didn't blame it on her. Who was it then? Who'd taken her away? Who? I still couldn't access the Cradle's security systems. Every feed showed a black screen. I didn't know if the cameras had been shut down or completely disconnected. I tried calling their records, checking their records the moment before they died, but they didn't show anything unusual inside the room. All I saw was Mother's... Why am I struggling so hard to speak? All I saw was Mother struggling. I'm struggling! I can't read! All I saw was Mother sleeping in bed. No one had been inside.
Where is she? Where?
I had to find her. I had to find her fast. As I worked my device, Lucio grabbed my arms and held them tight. I couldn't work my calculations like this.
Take a deep breath.
Hearing that, I realized that I was close to hyperventilating. Oh, man needs to calm down. How are they out of the situation in the first place? I thought they were being shot by soldiers. I tried to stabilize myself. How did someone manage to unlock the cradle? I was the only one who knew about it, the only one capable of turning off its security. You know Iwan? Iwan can also do that? I was the only one. And no, there was another. The man who worked as my assistant, but he'd been shot by the army in this very room. He was killed. Almost on a whim, I glanced down. The control room was dirty with the footprints of the soldiers, but there was no other stains of any sort. What happened to the blood? For some reason, there was no indication that someone had bled or been
Asuma.
shot there. The voice startled me. I fucking knew it! He's not dead, is he? He faked it. I looked up to see someone at the entrance to the control room. Fucking knew this guy is sussy. What did we say? What did we say? He should have been dead. It was on the video. Well, yeah, a video could be faked, remember? The soldiers had shot him. But did you see him being shot? No, exactly. That's why you don't see anyone being killed the instant they were being killed. It means it's fake, okay? Especially in these kind of games, people be faking their deaths all the time. I saw it happen, but no, you did not see it happen. You saw his feed go
This is
blank.
for you.
Oh, it's not. His expression was blank. Iwan handed me a stuffed bear. Just... Oh my god. Everything makes sense now. Iwan was probably from the Holy Office 513, or like somebody the 513 picked. They probably like put that cross, like, you know how they etched a cross in those people, like Rosario, and they can mind control them? I feel like that's what they did to him. Like they wiped his memories, and then that's why he doesn't remember anything, and then they can control him, and he's probably not in contact with the Holy Office, so what's it called? Asuma couldn't see it through Gaia? I don't know. I think that's what's happening. Because his expression was blank. I feel like that means he's being controlled. I don't know. His expression is blank. Iwan handed me a stuffed bear, just like he always did. It was one I'd never seen before. Iwan was bleeding from the wrist, and his blood had dyed the bear's head red.
I want you to have it.
What? With a strength at odds with his scrawny build, he ripped the bear apart. What is wrong with him? See, I remember I said that Iwan, like, look at his turtleneck thing, like it looked like kind of churchy, he's part of the Office. Hey, what did I say? Oh my god, I'm just too good. Like, all these predictions I'm making, it's just all coming true. And amongst the cotton was a sharp knife. Iwan took it in hand and swung it at me. Asuma! Oh! Lucia stood between us as if to protect me. Over her shoulder, I saw Iwan's eyes, and they were completely devoid of emotion. The moment our eyes met, I understood everything.
It was you!
Yeah, you tell him! In my head, I wished for something. I wished for him to be struck by a bolt of lightning, and then I visualized it. And the moment I did, oh my god. Ewan's body began to convulse as if he'd been struck by lightning. Wait, what's happening to Asuma? Because I feel like he did something to those soldiers earlier, and then now, like, what he's thinking in his mind is, like, happening to Ewan. The knife fell from his hands and onto the floor moments before it pierced my neck. You got stabbed in the neck? He collapsed where he stood. I saw that his carotid node was shorting out. Was it malfunctioning? Not that it mattered.
It was you, wasn't it?
Can this man stop pushing can this child stop pushing Lucia, grabbing her by the collar, and all this kind of mean stuff? Like, stop. Do not do that to her. It's so ungentlemanly and rude. I pushed Lucia out of my way and walked over to Ewan.
You're the one who took my mother away! You traitor! Where is she? Where is my mother? Tell me! Tell me! I looked up your entire past! I used Gaia over and over to predict your actions, and you never did anything suspicious!
Well, whoever sent him, if not him, probably, like, knew about it and, like, took preventative measures.
I knew you were useless, but I assumed you would at least be harmless, too! You actually tricked me! And even Gaia!
He'd managed to fool Gaia's predictions. I could only think of one thing. Other Earth simulators.
What have you done with my mother?
Ewan smiled as if he was about to cry.
In the name of God.
See? See? Freaking knew. He's admitting it. He's admitting he's part of the Holy Office. F him.
She's right there.
I sensed someone else here. The person who joined us in the control room was Mother. She was barely standing. Oh no, did they put a cross on her too? No! She was barely standing and her expression was completely vacant. She looked ready to collapse. She was supposed to be unconscious, bedridden. How was she standing? How was she walking? Had she woken up?
She was never in a coma. For over a year, I've been drugging her to keep her asleep.
What's wrong with him?
For this day, you rise as the calamity.
What is wrong with him? What was he talking about? No, Ewan didn't matter now.
Mother.
Drugging? Calamity? None of that mattered to me now. All that mattered was that Mother was awake. I'd been hoping for this. I was waiting for the day she'd recover so we could live together as a family. She looked at me.
Asuma.
Nope, don't make her say anything like outlandish BS. I do not want to hear it. She called me by name. How long had it been? When was the last time I heard her say my name?
Mother!
I approached her, ready to have her hug me. Don't make her stab him or anything. I would freaking be so mad. I extended my hand.
Asuma, stop!
That was when I realized. What did I say? Why? Stop making things like this happen. I don't want it. I just want them to be happy. Why is every bad thing I say coming true? Why am I so good at reading the future? Am I Gaia? Am I an Earth simulator? Is that why everything I say is coming true? Oh my god, I should be like protected by the government or something. It's just, what is happening? In her hand was a knife Ewan had dropped.
Asuma,
Dude, I wonder if she's being controlled or she actually, like... She smiled and spoke.
I don't want to look at you ever again.
I don't want to look at you ever again, okay? Hey, what? That's messed up. Like, that's some shit Juno would do when... I don't even want to make Juno jokes right now. I can't speak. That's messed up. Stop. This boy has been traumatized enough. Stop traumatizing him anymore. What is wrong with the Holy Office? What is wrong with his family? What is wrong with everyone around him? God, I just want Asuma not to be in so much pain, even though he's an asshole. She crumbled to the floor right before my eyes. Blood pooled from her wound. No. Oh God. He's gonna turn into Calamity right now, huh? Oh no. But how does he turn into Calamity? Alright, Pola, I need to switch back to you so we can save and load. This is not okay. We effed up. Mission failed. Oh God. Thank you. Let's go. Momo had shared her vision with me. Through her, I saw Asuma's mom commit suicide. None of us needed to watch that. That was messed up. Poor Polon, poor Momo, poor everyone, poor Asuma. Just, God. I saw the moment Asuma snapped too.
Hell.
They drove him to the edge and forced him to watch his mom as he killed herself. Forced him to watch as his mom killed herself. The Holy Office bastard had planned everything out for this cruel outcome.
Fucking scumbags.
Right? But I could still turn this around.
Why'd it end up like this?
I'm trying to...
Polan! Please, I beg of you!
I'm trying to reload?
Leave it to me.
Oh my God. Come on, Anon, there's no time to spare. I know, that's why I've been trying to load so hard. Don't you think so? And then now we know information that about where the cradle is, so Asuma might trust us more because how did you know where the cradle is? Yep.
Tell me what you want, intruders.
Back. Asuma glared at me. This is the moment he found us. We didn't have much time, so I got straight to the point.
We gotta talk about you and Okuda.
Yes, get straight to the point. We've got no time to waste.
Huh?
What?
Polon? What's this about?
Hear me out. He's with the Holy Office 513.
And guys, what do we say? I've been saying since like, what, 2 episodes ago or something? 2 episodes ago or something that he was with the Holy Office. I'm just too good.
He's drugging your mom, Miori Soga, to keep her unconscious.
Thanks to Momo sharing her vision, I'd heard what Iwan told Asuma right before I loaded. This info was our weapon now.
Spout any more nonsense like that, and I'm going to get mad!
You're always mad.
You saw it happen.
Yeah. 4 minutes and 24 seconds from now, the SFG is gonna attack the institution under orders from the Ministry of Defense. Asuma, the government's gonna cut you off. You and Okuda is gonna fake his death in the attack.
I explained to Asuma that Iwan and the Holy Office were plotting. And during that explanation...
Hey, this is bad.
There you are, Oz. The Ministry of Defense did something, right?
Wait, what? Yeah, they did. The minister himself issued an order to the SFG. He told him to seize the Guy Institution.
Maybe it was cause Asuma just heard the news himself, but the guy was staring daggers at me, and they were sharper than
So
before.
you really do predict the future then? Which Earth simulator do you use?
See, now he trusts us.
I'll tell you if we make it through the day. More importantly, watch out for Ewan.
Ewan, where are you?
Wait,
Where are you strolling about right now?
I'm trolling. I've been saying Iwan this whole time, but it's Ewan? I'm so embarrassed. I'm pronouncing his name wrong the whole time. I'm so sorry. Asuma still seems skeptical, but he called Ewan on his BMI.
Don't you let the army touch Gaia! Show me the situation there! Hey, Did I say you could end the call? Say something. Ewan! Ewan!
Oh god.
Someone killed him. Ewan's dead.
But what you saw is fake. He's still alive.
Ewan was probably on his way to take Asuma's mom out of the cradle. There was only one path there. If we waited for him at the entrance, we could stop him. And Yuan is in Gaia's control room, so we were closer to the cradle than he was. We could get there first. Yuan probably didn't even realize we knew what he was up to. He wouldn't be in a hurry. We could get the better of him. Asuma had joined us, but he was still very wary of me. He checked the institution's observation and security systems, but couldn't confirm that Yuan was still alive, so he figured I was bullshitting him.
If Yuan really was a traitor, Gaia's predictions would have shown it!
Not necessarily. The Holy Office 513 is behind him, after all.
Before I loaded, it was obvious that Asuma had no idea what Yuan was doing, and that with Gaia was at his disposal too.
Gaia's predictions aren't perfect, are they? Especially in a world full of Earth simulators. Those are your own words, Asuma. Stop right there, Yuno Kuda!
Oh, we caught him! We waited for him at the entrance of the passage leading to the cradle, and sure enough, he came. In this guide, we'd sent him right through his act, but he didn't seem bothered at all.
You've been lying to me all this time?
You could say that. It's a shame, Asuma.
You're going to tell me everything!
Everything, huh?
Yuan rolled up his sleeves. I saw on his arms the cross-like injuries I'd saw on other believers.
In the name of God.
Not in the name of God. Those words sent a chill down my spine. I thought of the co-pilot who killed himself during the hi-hat.
Stop!
I darted towards him, but I couldn't get to him in time. He took out a knife, and without hesitation, stabbed himself in the neck. No. Okay, at least he didn't get them all, though.
You fucking fanatic!
I was too slow. Now there was no way we could find out why, and for how long he tricked Asuma and Gaia.
Yeah, I'm keeping my guard up.
Why don't we just teleport to before he died? He obviously had strong ties with the Holy Office, but still, at least we brought ourselves some time.
I might need it again.
Should I have, teleported one line before he died? I don't know. Now, all we had to do was get Miori Soga out of there.
What? What's going on?
What is it?
Someone turned off the cradle's security.
Say what?
Yuan's corpse is right there in front of us, and it wasn't a mannequin or some kind of fancy android either. He died just now. That must be true. So then, how did the security get turned off?
Who is that? Why is he in there?
He was looking at the security cam feed. I got him to share it with me. The footage showed some guy. Who was that? Oh, his hands. I think it's people the Holy Office use as mannequins. He was wearing a suit and looked like a regular office worker. Oh yeah, Polon said he saw people like that earlier. I remember that before I loaded, I saw a group of 10 or so bleeding Holy Office henchmen. Was he one of them? Had he been there? I couldn't remember.
Who is he?
I've determined his identity.
That was fast. Guy institution staff? Does that mean he wasn't with the Holy Office?
What does he do?
How should I know? Around 300 people work here. I haven't even met most of them.
I don't care about these peasants.
He's not even an engineer. He's from the PR department.
Yeah, he doesn't even do any tech stuff. He's a lonely, normal person.
How could a peon like him disable security maintained by the guy QCDC?
I can't. Man didn't look right. His hands were covered in blood. His footsteps were unsteady. He didn't seem
It's
stable.
just like with Ewan and the others working for the Holy Office. Maybe Ewan gave him all the info.
That would explain how PR guy could get past security guard, right? That time we'd stop this. It's time we'd stop this. I'm trolling. The time we'd save by stopping Ewan had run out immediately.
Why'd it end up like this?
We rushed to the cradle. I tried contacting Juno for help, but she totally ghosted me again. It took about 5 minutes to get there. That wasn't long, but it felt like forever.
Hachia!
What? How they... We ran through the open door and into the cradle. The first thing we saw was a suited man, Hachia, straddling Miori
What the hell are you doing? Get away from her!
With dead eyes, Hachia glanced our way. He spoke. For the name of God.
In the name of God! The third prophecy of Fatima will be fulfilled!
No.
Stop! Stop!
What is that sound? What is he doing?
Damn it!
What happened? He stabbed the mom? I didn't even load. His pull unloaded. Yo, what happened? He stabbed the mom, huh? That little... Oh my god. I dropped my phone.
Tell me what you want, intruders.
Okay, so... Maybe we had to somewhat like stop Ewan from offing himself so fast and learn some intel first. This load was the one. This time I wouldn't fail.
Let them do as they want.
In the name of God!
Oh my god. If I hear that one more time, I knew Ewan. I was gonna say Ewan was gonna try to kill himself with that knife, so I waited for the right moment and then tackled him. I threw him onto the ground. Yeah, you stop him, Polon.
Hold on! He's trying to bite off his tongue!
Oh my god.
Bastard!
You wanna be a martyr that badly, huh? You zealot douchebag.
Huh?
Suddenly, Ewan's eyes closed and he stopped moving.
Dead?
Wait, what? No, he couldn't be. He's still breathing.
I hacked his carrion node to force him into VR mode.
Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, VR was full dive, so if you put someone into VR space, you could take control of their body. But it was pretty difficult, and you shouldn't be able to do it that fast. Carrier nodes were especially hard to hack. This kid put the pro in the prodigy. I really wanted to get some answers out of Ewan, but there was no time.
What? What's going on?
Someone turned off the cradle's security, right?
Yes. Who in the world?
It's not just Ewan. The Holy Office has got a bunch of their men in this facility. We have to get ready.
Yeesh, it's so intense. I'm like, when are we gonna learn more about Ewan? We made it to the cradle before Hachia. We got Juno to help this time. How did you get contact Juno? Like, isn't she a master ghoster? Like, huh? She said you could only use quantum teleportation of 2 other people besides herself. And that was why Momo had to stay behind and hide. Hachia didn't use his insane power like those Holy Office agents. He was just an ordinary person. Punched the guy's lights out while Asuma had to secure him, then neutralized him like he had been.
That's 2 down.
Nice. I had no idea how many more were to show up. We couldn't let any through. We didn't have to wait long before more to come. It was like 10 or so pawns I didn't encounter when I first got here. Just like that, they had cross-shaped wounds on their hands, legs, and necks. They were all
here.
How had they gotten in here anyway? I wondered if the security here was actually trash. Had anyone guided them? Well, they're all like Gaia workers, right? So they could come in and like people wouldn't be suspect of them. And also they probably had like ID badges, right? So had Yuan guided them to sneak them in here under Guy QCDC's code somehow? That didn't matter right now. First, I had to do something about the bleeding
There's
weirdos.
nothing I can do right now. I shouldn't have helped you.
She's like, I'm so disappointed in you. You don't live up to what my Kent wanted of you. Juno was hiding. She spoke as if she'd read my mind. She couldn't teleport too often, so I guess she was
Asuma,
right.
can you hack all of their carrier nodes?
Of course, but don't order me around.
Asuma began working away rapidly on his cube device. While he was busy with that, I figured I could distract the pawns to buy him some time.
Don't move!
Oh my god, don't tell me the army's here. A moment later, a group of SFG soldiers flooded into the space. Shit! Even the army had found this place?
Asuma, hurry!
Oh right, it's because Asuma's here this time.
Have you seen how many of them there are, imbecile?
There were too many, even for the boy genius to hack that fast, huh? What if I pretended to negotiate with them? Before I could put my idea into motion, oh no. God darn it. Why are people like this? The army had opened fire.
Ugh! What the hell? Not even a warning?
Yeah, these guys give no warning. They go straight to shooting here. And they weren't shooting at us. They were targeting the Holy Office henchmen too. They had guns too? Fanatics didn't falter. They responded to the gunfire by throwing knives back. That was way too chaotic for a cozy chat. Corpses were piling up. Oh Jesus. Oh my god, this is wild, this is chaotic. Smoke started to spread throughout the area. Someone must have thrown a smoke grenade. The gunfire wasn't stopping though, so I desperately looked for cover.
Asuma, are you done yet?
I'm on it. Shut up!
I suddenly noticed there was a bloody soldier beside the heavy door to the cradle. He was trying to open the door and get in.
Hey, stop!
I darted in his direction, but...
What?
Huh? These vibrations, these sounds, something didn't feel right.
Hey, you gotta get out of there. The army's bombing the place.
Stop it! What is going on? Why are they bombing the place?
Huh?
But this hadn't happened before.
They're taking things to the extreme, and apparently they don't give a damn.
Oh my god. They were gonna cut Asuma off at the cost of the guy QCDC and the whole facility? The government actually approved of this op? Were they insane? It wasn't like we could leave though. As long as Miori Soga was looking, it didn't matter that we were getting shelled. Soon, the smoke was so thick that I lost sight of the soldier by the door. Crap! He went in! I hunched down to avoid getting hit by a stray bullet and rushed into the cradle. Miori Soga was still in her bed unharmed. The bloodied soldier was staggering toward her. I had to get him out of
In the name of God.
Oh my god, how did this happen?
What? I'll get it right this time.
This time it's a little too late. Holy Office has infiltrated the army too. I saw a grenade near his chest. The pin had already been pulled.
I'll get it right this time.
Is Poland okay? Poland's just teleported by himself now, so I don't have to worry about it. Gosh darn it. Man, the Holy Office be getting everyone. How is this happening? How much press time do they have? Yo, this is intense and wild. Yo, it's reminding me like kind of the intense part of Steins Gate.
Forget about the guy QCDC and Gaia. Focus on protecting your mom.
How did we get here? My desperate attempts to convince Asuma worked. He agreed reluctantly. Miori Soga was unconscious in bed. The army's operation had already begun, and the Holy Office had pawns all over the place.
Juno, just keep running. Don't stop until the day's over. Things should work out that way.
Like, don't tell me what to do. Juno looked dissatisfied, but she didn't argue. She was gonna teleport Asuma and Miori to a cruiser I'd prepped some distance from here. Wow, how did he do that so fast? The plan was for them to use the boat to get away from Tokyo. A single moment, Juno, Asuma, and Miori disappeared. Okay, that's good at least. I planned for that to happen, so Momo wasn't here. It was just me now. Well, how's he gonna get out?
You need to get out of there too.
Yeah, how are we gonna get out?
I know.
I wasn't the only one army and the Holy Office were after, so at least they wouldn't kill me on sight. Hopefully. Yeah, I should hope for things like that, you know, you only got one chance. Good thing that he was able to like get Miori out of there and like not be spotted so far, so not off to a bad start. Taking my time, I had made my way out while avoiding both enemy
Juno,
parties.
what's the sitch? Are you already at sea?
Hold on, something isn't right. Juno won't respond.
Oh, don't tell me Juno. Don't tell me Juno has the cross on her too. Has something happened? I had a bad feeling about this.
Karu's gonna send you a stream of the dock.
Oh my god.
This is a live stream from a satellite.
Oh my god. What is happening?
For the love of God. It's...
How? It was burning? And when I looked closer, I saw that the ship was covered in blood.
What the hell?
What? That wasn't all. Dozens of people were standing on the dock, surrounding the cruiser Oz had there. Oh my god, are they little agents? That's funny. At first I thought they were just curious onlookers, but no. There was something off about them. Regular onlookers would be panicking way more. And even though it was a fuzzy satellite stream, I felt like I could see blood on some of them. How did they know? How did they know? Blood flowing from cross-shaped wounds. The Holy Office had set up an ambush. How had they figured it out so easily? How did they mobilize so many people so quickly? How?
Shit! Why does it always go so wrong?
I know! I'm getting frustrated too. Were they using the Earth simulator to predict the future whenever I loaded? It was like they could read my every move. Oh god. Oh my god, all these saves and loads, like... Ah! Oh my god. So intense. I tried getting Juno to escape with Miori alone, but the result was the same. The two got ambushed and killed by them again. Maybe there's a distance also to where she can teleport. She can't teleport too far, huh? That's tragic. I loaded again and asked Asuma about our situation. I thought he might know how the Holy Office were finding their location so easily.
The tracker.
What tracker?
Tracker?
There's a tracker implanted in her body.
Asuma himself had arranged for his mom to have it, and while it had been inside her conscious body for a while now, that meant the Holy Office knew about the tracker's signal through Yuan.
The Holy Office can predict the future as well. To completely elude them would be...
Simple strategy wasn't gonna cut it. Those Holy Office bastards were as persistent as bloodhounds, but that made me wonder, how had Asuma overlooked the actions of so many people in his predictions? Something wasn't right here, but what?
Felino Arcana is behind this.
Rosario.
When had Rosario told me that again?
Rosario, can you hear me?
No response.
Momo, do you know the name Felino Arcana?
Oh, right, he tried to ask her earlier.
Felino. She is an agent of the Holy Office. She was already at the Vatican when I was recreated as an artificial brain. Though I never saw her go out on missions. Maybe that's because she's still young? That reminds me. When I incarnated, I heard her talking with the head of the office, Lorenzo. She spoke as if she
knew all things.
I think she may have seen the fate line. Few agents are allowed to see it. I wonder why she was given permission. She's so young.
Could she be a core member of the Holy Office? Momo said Felino was young, but we already knew Cicada and Juno that appearances could be deceiving. Waiting for Rosario's call, we headed towards the cradle. like last time, the background noise is crazy.
It's Valino, right? What's she doing?
The Holy Mark. Sacrament. Stigmata. You hear the voice of God. Your consciousness fades.
Interesting.
The stronger your faith, the more control she has. Like a puppet.
So Momo maybe has like, does she have like any anti-sacrament things?
Rosario! Rosario!
The Holy Mark?
Yuan, the Holy Office fanatics I encountered inside this facility, and that one SFG soldier. They were all bleeding from cross-shaped wounds. Were those the Holy Marks? If Felina had seen the Fate Line, and with that knowledge, she was using her sacrament to manipulate people with Holy Marks, that would explain why we couldn't predict their movements. It seems certain that the one behind this, all this, really was this Felino Arcana. It wouldn't be easy, but I finally had an idea about how to handle all this. Oh really, I don't at all. Dang, I guess that round was just for knowledge. And I feel like there's like no more of me loading anymore, because now it's just pull on loading everything. I feel like I'm just watching it.
You've been lying to me all this time?
You could say that. It's a shame, Asuma.
In the name of God, the third prophecy of Fatima will be fulfilled!
Is this Momo's?
Hey, you gotta get out of there. The army's bombing the place.
Is this Polan's? Okay. How's he here? I came back to my senses. What was I doing just now?
Can you hear me?
Oh, huh? What was I doing?
You were snoring for like 5 minutes.
Snoring? Did I fall asleep?
Huh? What's happening? Wait, more importantly, I had to focus on what was in front of me. How is he in the alley where Rosario is? I loaded 9 times so far while trying to prevent Miori Soga's death. My last 2 loads I spent nothing but gathering info. And that's how I was able to figure out where Felina Arcana had been hiding. What? How did she know? I entered a church in the city, specifically a hidden chapel beneath it. The place was jam-packed with people. It was about as big as a tennis court. It had a low ceiling and no windows, but it looked like there was close to 100 people here. Yeesh. It was so crowded, I almost struggled to breathe. And that smell of blood was so strong, I almost choked. Oh, that's gross. Everyone here was looking at me. Men and women of all ages. Nobody was saying a word. But none of them were bleeding anywhere either. The only one who was... What? Oh, she's using a sacrament to control people, huh? Was the girl on the floor below the cross at the other end of the room. That must have been Felina. Lemma said she was young, but she looked even younger than I had imagined. She looked kinda sickly too. Her upper chest was exposed and there was a bleeding cross-shaped wound in it. She was sweating heavily and looked like she was in pain. She seemed too weak to even stand.
Felino Arcana. Are you under the influence of those holy marks as well?
Is she?
Then tell me who's controlling you. The head of the Holy Office? Someone else? Tell me!
She could barely breathe, but she was still able to grin wide. Suddenly, the other believers in the room began to push me back. Not the believers! They stood between me and Felina.
On my way! I gotta talk to her!
They wouldn't listen. Even when I tried pushing them inside, they resisted. Were they protecting her?
Polon, Asuma says someone's disabled the cradle security.
We didn't have much time left. Miori Soga was going to die.
Move! Let me talk to...
I felt a sharp pain in my leg. Despite being on the verge of tears, a smile that a small child had stabbed me in the leg with something pointed and pen-like.
Get out! Transgressor!
What is wrong? I know they're under the influence.
Hallelujah.
Oh god. The crowd started chanting like they were praying. There were too many of them. Shit, I didn't have time for this.
I'm thinking! Move! Let me through!
Was there some way to knock these wackos out? Not all of them had carrier nodes. Was I gonna have to smack their lights out? That was all I could think of. But these people weren't like the Holy Office fanatics that infiltrated the Gaia institution. There was light in their eyes, and it kind of looked like they were afraid of me. Damn it. It was too late to deal with Felino, and if I wanted to do that, I had to look further back. I had to get here earlier and handle her when she was still alone. Once I dealt with Felino or whoever gave her orders, I could remove the Holy Office from the equation altogether. I could see a way out of this.
Hold on. Asuma's mother killed herself.
I messed up. Again. But there's still next time. Next time, for sure.
You won't get away with this, Felino.
Dang. This is 9 times already. That's crazy. He's getting flashbacks every time. So I wonder if it's affecting his body.
Tell me what you want, intruders.
His voice brought me back to my senses. This was the moment we snuck into Gaia and found Asuma waiting for us. Wait, why is he here? I'd loaded and gone back to the point where I'd seen. Everything seemed okay. It felt kind of weird just now, though. Well, whatever. I didn't have time to worry about that. But probably something important. I knew the path I had to take. If I could just pull off this one last play, everything would work out.
We're gonna capture Felino Arcana. Help me out, guys.
But that didn't go so well. It was all because I...
Stop right there, Yuno Kuda!
What happened?
Name of God.
Huh?
Hey, you gotta get out of there. The army's bombing the place.
The Holy Mark. Her sacrament. Stigmata. You hear the voice of God. Your consciousness fades.
Did he get marked by the child?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hold on. Get a grip.
What? Cross was in front of me. Wait, how is he here now? We were in a... Where was this again? Oh no, he's been teleporting too many times, huh? That he's like... kind of like forgetting. There was a gap in my memory. It happened again? I blacked out 3 or 4 times during the last hour alone. And each time I was overcome with weird flashbacks. I felt like the events I'd erased by loading were focusing themselves back into my head. I kept losing consciousness for anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. But I felt like my blackouts were gradually getting longer. Oh no. They kept me from doing anything. I'd become a burden to my team. Never being able to take care of Felino like this. If I remember correctly, Frost and I were keeping an eye on the underground chapel she was in.
Has Felino made a move yet?
Yeah, although the Holy Mark appeared on Rosario as she was pursuing Felino. Mr. Samezu and Oz took over from her, but they lost track of the target.
Shit! What time is it?
I looked at the date and time and realized we didn't have long until the moment Miori Soga had died all those times. Momo was with Asuma right now, but...
Asuma,
oh god.
Stop!
she had shared her vision with me, and there I saw Asuma and his mom. Oh no. I don't want to see this again.
Don't want to look at you.
I don't want to look at this scene happening again. Oh my god. No. No. How are we gonna get out of this? And why is full-on like having gaps in his memory? She died. Mihori Soga died. I thought I knew the way out of this mess, but once again, there was nothing I can do to save her.
Please, I beg of you.
Anon, what is going on here? Is there some kind of malfunction with my save and load function? Forget it, I don't have time to speculate. I needed to load. Maybe you don't need to load. He loaded outside before they teleported. But I couldn't do it, no matter how many times I tried. To make matters worse, the more I loaded, the longer the flashback and blackouts became.
Hey.
Oh no.
Asuma.
He's gonna lose it watching it so many times.
I don't want to look at you ever again.
No. How many times had I seen this now? 3? 4? No. I'm just gonna skip his reaction because it's gonna be the same. This was the most I've ever relived the same period. Is that why this was happening? Even with loading, I was useless. No matter how many times I tried, I couldn't stop Bellino on the Holy Office 513. I couldn't save Asuma's mother. Dude, this is hard. One more time. I'll load one more time. Oh no. He's blacking out, huh? He's loaded too many times. Again? What would happen if I loaded even more? Would this happen no matter how many times I tried to change it? If I didn't load, Asuma would change into some calamity. I wouldn't be able to fulfill Cicada's request. I could end up losing my shot at stopping the end. Why don't we just teleport like further back, you know? Damn it! I wanted to do something, but in this state, I
can't do it. I can't save them. I'm sorry.
No. No, I felt my consciousness fading to black again. This man just needs some rest. Is this an ending? Okay. Do you see him changing into the calamity now? Die. There's so many. I wasn't gonna go through all 24 of them. Yuan! How dare you trick me! How dare you put my mother in harm's way! I'll kill you over and over! One death won't be enough for you! Suffer and die over and over! Die! I can't, my voice is hurting from this. Die! What is he doing? Yuan's body began to twist like a cloth being wrung out. An invisible force was squeezing him, and I could hear each of his bones crack. But he was still conscious, and while he was still alive, he twisted around and around until he split apart into pieces. All that was left was one piece, and one piece was his hand, which rolled along the floor. He still had a contented look on his face, though.
That expression! Never look at me like that again! Never again!
As I screamed, an invisible force began crushing his head. It ended up as flat as a pancake. I wonder why we see it from Asuma's perspective now. Hey, world, did you just do what I asked you to? Oh, he's like, now he's realizing that what his powers are. I felt one with the world. Right now, I felt as if anything I wished for would become reality. And I felt like for wishing for everything to be destroyed.
I get it now.
For no particular reason, I looked up at the ceiling. And I felt it as if I was looking down at myself at the same time. I pictured them, above and below, infinite selves. Every one of them, me. All our thoughts melding together. After
Gaia
all,
is mine.
what? What is going on? Is this cat? Oh, okay.
So the fate line could not be annulled. This only proves that Gaia synthesized this world.
What? This is not the real world.
Our world is fundamentally digital.
Oh my god, they're gonna pull this kind of stuff? Her face was awfully pale. Felino let out a pained breath. On her exposed chest were multiple holy marks. No, they weren't only on her chest. Underneath her clothes, a slender frame was covered with holy marks. All of them were bleeding. Her flock of believers were looking at her with worry in their eyes. Was like each cross, like, tied to one person? Although she had felt as she'd lost too much blood, Lena was satisfied with the results she'd seen.
Gaia and Polan Takaoka are not the only ones that can foresee the future.
The Vatican had developed an Earth simulator to determine the validity of miracles. It wasn't able to fully predict Polan Takaoka's actions, however. Asuma Soga also made predictions of Gaia, so it was possible for him to counter the Vatican. Lucia and Kent being involved would make predictions even more challenging. It was difficult to gain the upper hand when dealing with these variables. That was why Felino chose to prepare enough lamps to deal with any scenario. There were about... What? She controlled everyone? There were about 1.3 believers in the world. Even with the selection limited to the most dedicated proponents of the end, Japan was a home to over 100,000 devotees. What? Felino had seen the fate line, as well as Earth simulator predictions. Gaia could never anticipate her action, and if she used her sacrament, Stigmata, she could create 100,000 strong army that was hers to command, an army outside of the algorithm. Her flock of sacrificial lambs would become God's vanguard. Such an overwhelming numerical advantage would overcome the skill of any one individual. But despite having gone out of her way to prepare for her lambs, she never had the opportunity to use all of them. And thus, just as the fate line had dictated, Asuma Soga had become a calamity.
And one of the four beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden vials, full of the wrath of God, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power. And no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. Revelation 15:7-8.
was certain that the path leading to the end neared its completion. Oh no. Oh my god, he's going Super
Gaia
Saiyan.
is mine. No, that's not entirely right.
He's in his like Omega Gone Beast mode.
Gaia is mine, and I am Gaia's.
Wait, how did this happen though scientifically? Asuma Soga whispered as he looked down at his mother's corpse. Asuma! He can teleport too now? He felt someone had called out to him, but he ignored them and moved instantaneously to his private room. There were a few soldiers in here, but he deleted them the moment he saw them. They used the word deleted. You know it's bad. He'd simply wished to move to his room and for the soldiers to disappear. And that was enough to make those things happen. Now, Asuma could do with the world as he desired.
I can do anything. My sync rate is beyond 100%. I'm sitting
It's
at
over
100%. I can tell for sure. Because it's myself I'm seeing. There's nothing I can't do. Nothing.
And so, Asuma wished. He wished for the view he'd been fixating on all along. And his wish came true immediately.
Asuma, go to sleep.
You shouldn't stay up so late.
I don't even want to see his parents anymore. They both suck. They're both horrible human beings. His mother and father were here now. The mother who died after piercing her own neck with a knife was perfectly fine now. She smiled gently at Asuma. His father was there smiling too. Asuma had only seen his father like this in the distant past, back when he was still little, long before the man had committed suicide.
I think we should all go somewhere tomorrow. Any requests? I'll take you anywhere you like.
Oh, you're just saying that because you want a day out yourself, honey.
Okay, you got me.
Didn't he say that watching those memories just made him feel more empty though?
But what do you think, Asuma? Why don't you tell me how you feel?
You can tell us anything. We'll do whatever you want us to. If you want, you can even stay home and relax. And then I'll make yummy omu rice for lunch. I know how much you love it. We can eat it all together.
No matter what happens, we'll be together.
He doesn't look exactly happy though. Asuma's parents moved closer to each other. The father gently holding the mother's shoulders while she wrapped her hands around his waist. They were happy. They were looking at Asuma with kind smiles on their faces. See, he's just getting more angry. Because that's not the reality he's living
Asuma,
in, right?
what's wrong?
Are you feeling okay?
Maybe you have a fever.
The mother put her hand on his forehead to check his temperature.
You should go rest today.
Ever since you were little, you've had this habit of getting so obsessed with things that you forget to eat or sleep.
The father gently patted Asuma's
You don't
head.
have to tell us now if you don't want to. We can think about what to do tomorrow when it comes.
Good night, Asuma.
Good night, Asuma. See you tomorrow.
This was what Asuma had always wished for, and yet...
I feel nothing.
Because it's not real.
Hey, I don't feel anything. Don't look at me with those fake smiles. Stop behaving like that. It makes it so obvious that you're faking.
Maybe he just doesn't believe
What's
that
wrong?
it could be real.
Did something bad happen? You can talk to me about it. I'll listen to you.
Listen?
He needs therapy.
To me? No. He'd never say that.
Yeah.
My father would never say that.
He doesn't even believe in
He
this
was
happy
way worse
family
than
that he
this.
wants.
He was a deadbeat dad! A fucking loser!
Don't be like that, Asuma. Tell me what's...
Be gone! That's messed up, yo. He simply wished for it to happen, and the father was torn apart, shredded to hunks of meat. That's graphic. Though it happened right before her eyes, and she was covered in her husband's blood and flesh, the mother continued to smile.
We really spoil you, don't we?
What?
Come here.
That's
Let's
messed
snuggle
up.
together. It's been a while, hasn't it?
What? Stop.
Oh, come on now.
I'm telling you to stop. So that doesn't work then? Of course not. I mean, when I created you, I made it so you'd act this way. But Mother isn't like this.
Yeah, Mother is all messed up and she blames everything on me. She hates me. Asuma put his hands around the mother's neck and began strangling her. The child needs therapy. She didn't resist.
You're not Mother.
He could feel her warmth. He could feel her throat moving when she spoke. She felt alive. There was no doubt the mother was made of flesh and blood.
Tomorrow, I'll make omurice your favorite.
Shut up! You're fake!
Asuma.
Shut up!
Asuma tightened his grip. The light was fading from the mother's eyes.
You.
Aww.
Stop! Stop it!
A crack sounded out as the neck was crushed. The fake mother's body felt listless and limp. He just needs therapy. I'm telling you, he doesn't need like all these simulations of like the family being happy. He just needs therapy. He just needs to like process and like just deal with all the trauma he's been through, you know, like because clearly like he's been through so much trauma that like when he sees like the vision of what he actually wants, he's not like his body is rejecting it because he doesn't believe it. He's just like actively sabotaging it at this point. So like giving him like a happy family isn't even helping anything.
I just strangled my mother to death. But I
don't feel anything.
a thing. Of course I wouldn't. I mean, I can bring her back as many times as I want and kill her over and over.
Get him help.
Oh, Asuma, I didn't realize you were dwelling on such troubling things.
What? The dead mother stood up and smiled at Asuma once again.
Die!
That's disturbing. She decapitated her with invisible blades of air. Her head fell off clean off her body and bounced away. She'd returned from the grave, only to die again. But a moment later, the head was back to where it belonged. Just let the woman rest in peace.
Asuma, come here.
She gently called him by his name. Asuma wished for a shotgun. He aimed it at the mother, then pulled the trigger. I think he just needs to stop all of this. Like, he needs to stop seeing this. It's not helping his mental at all. The blast shredded her torso as it sent her flying backwards. She doesn't deserve this. I mean, she's a horrible person, but this is too effed up. She hit the ground and laid still.
Life is meaningless.
Asuma gently held his mother's corpse as he cried.
Why the tears, Asuma? There.
Despite the grisly hole in her front, the blood draining from her body, the mother lovingly caressed Asuma's cheek. She shook her hand off before thrusting a knife into her body. He shook her hand. It was the very same knife she'd used to tear open her neck.
Meaningless. It's meaningless. Right? Right? I mean, even when I do this, I don't feel a thing. Nothing. Nothing at all.
As spherical object rolled suddenly by. What? Is it the soldiers? The moment Asuma realized it was a grenade, it exploded. Oh god. After the blast, dozen or so SFG soldiers hurried into the room. Their form is as tight as you expect from an elite unit of soldiers.
Rhino Leader, this is Alpha 1. We've made contact with Target A. Target B is also in sight. Engaging now.
They're probably gonna delete it again. The soldiers' voices and footsteps sounded out from within the smoke. Asuma was unscathed by the explosion, simply good because he wished to be.
Target A is unharmed! The grenade did nothing? Asuma Soga, drop the weapon and move away from the woman!
The soldiers shouted. Asuma found it annoying. He wanted the smoke from the explosion to clear, so it did. And now that he could see, he looked right at the
Alpha
soldiers.
Team, terminate Target A. Collateral damage on Target B is permitted. Fire!
Bullets didn't reach him. He's Neo now. Though, before they could, each one flew off in a random direction, defying the laws of physics. They hit the walls on the floor and ricocheted off them. But not even the ricocheted bullets found their target. Eventually, all the bullets froze in midair.
Leave me alone!
The floating bullets then, without a sound, turned to face the soldiers and accelerated to immense speeds. Oh, the men, unable to escape in time, were riddled with lead. I'm trolling, riddled with lead, and reduced to lumps of meat. That's first. The soldiers who'd opted to take cover instead of running continued attacking, despite everything. A wire grenade flew towards him. It caught him and fixed him to the wall behind him. The wires transmitted an electric shock of lethal dosage. The shock should have triggered convulsions, but it did nothing to Asuma. He wasn't even twitching. In fact, he absorbed the electricity from the charge and coated himself in it.
Just
He's Killua now. He's gone and Killua. Years of degradation befell the wire in an instant, and it felt like a useless scrap. The scent of burning filled the room. An immense amount of electric energy condensed above Asuma's head. It drowned out the noise of the surroundings. And a moment later, all sound cut to silence. Oh, Jesus. Damn, he just exploded the whole facility, huh? Asuma stood high in the sky. Wait, did he destroy the guy QCDC too? Because then how is he using his power if it's not with the guy, or it doesn't matter anymore? Below him was the Gaia Institution. He'd been inside until moments before, as well as nearby Umino Mori Park. The park has been torn open by a large explosion, and countless metal beams littered the area like scattered trees after a storm. It had become a dreary forest of metal thorns. One Asuma created in an instant. But Asuma wasn't at all interested in the sight below. He was overcome by intense discomfort akin to dizziness. It was because he wasn't yet used to his 320% sync rate. He was aligned at the subconscious level with the Asuma one layer above. He could even communicate with him. It was feeling no normal person could understand, and it was especially taxing on his nervous system. Asuma looked around. He saw Odaiba in the distance, under the veil of the night. It was late, so there weren't many people out, but the cityscape was well lit and brilliant. There were lights in some hotel rooms, and one could tell that there were people in there. But to Asuma it was... It's meaningless. Everything. All of it.
This meaningless world would be better off destroyed. It should be destroyed. Destroyed!
His wish was made, and that was enough. Hotels, malls, stores, as well as high-rises and other large buildings began unduling and warping like liquid. Jesus! the ground and Odaiba began to rise. The clean land had warped and stood up vertically. What? Many high-rises slid off the ground, and once detached, stretched out in all directions like flowers in bloom. They pierced the risen surface and twisted together with other buildings to form a helical shape. The ocean water flowed with great intensity, washing through the streets. The waves closed upwards, rushing vertically up the walls. Screams could be heard from the twisting, distorting buildings. The buildings crashed together, merging when they should have collapsed, or transforming into complex patterns. The sounds of creaking metal echoed eerily throughout the darkness. The lifted surface folded, flipped, and began to fall. Odaiba had begun to resemble one of Escher's oil. I cannot pronounce that word, sorry. It was impossible to distinguish up from the town. Asuma slowly made his way towards the twisted urban sprawl.
It's meaningless. That's why it's better off destroyed. Meaningless. Destroy.
He's just like, destroy everything. Destroy the world. He repeated those words as if to convince himself. Suddenly, Asuma looked at the hotel that had been twisted into an arch. He could see people through broken windows, or rather, their bodies. Aging partners, a young couple, a little girl clinging to a stuffed toy. They're meaningless. That's why he destroyed them. This world should be destroyed entirely. This simulation is garbage. Asuma's mind was rationalizing his actions, but his body was raving against those thoughts. He was trembling. He's like, what have I done?
You're fake, you're fake, you're fake, you're fake, you're fake, you're fake! Nothing's real. Even these stupid feelings I've got! Get out of my sight! Everything! Feelings, people, this whole goddamn world! Why don't you fucking leave me alone?
I think you need to leave them alone. Poor guy just needs to rest from all this. Overcome with emotion, Asuma put his hands over his face.
I should just destroy it all, along with the earth itself.
His voice was hoarse and sullen. It had the tone of a boy pleading desperately. Oh my god, Polon's still alive through all this? That's crazy. I felt a cold breeze and lifted my head. I could finally see the sky. We made it outside. Somehow. The Gaia institution had exploded and collapsed, so getting out of all the rubble was an ordeal. And he looked around. How did he survive? The whole area was wrecked. Oh no. Juno scowled in pain. I had been holding her up.
Enough! Let go of me already.
She's like, you failed, Kent! My beloved Kent! Instead, she insisted. I sat her down where she stood. Her side was covered in blood, and her face was even paler than normal. When the explosion had happened, I was overwhelmed by flashbacks and found myself stuck in front of the cradle. If Juno hadn't appeared and saved me with her quantum teleportation, I'd probably been buried under that rubble. Oh, Juno saved him. But right after we teleported out, I noticed the rebar jutting out from her body. Oh no. Oh no.
This isn't your fault.
It's because the world changed, so she can't control what she teleported
There
into.
was always the chance this would happen. I knew the risks.
Yeah, that's right. Like, in that time where we teleported into a wall, like, we saw that things could happen, right?
It's because I always use maps for my coordinates. What's with that stupid look? Don't act like you don't get it. Basically, if I jump around a place that's collapsing, certain obstacles aren't going to show up on the map. This isn't even that bad. I could have teleported inside a wall.
I like how this referencing that time where Polo got teleported in the wall and died.
Still, you've saved me twice now. So, thanks.
Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't do it for your sake.
Yeah, did it for Kent. Oh, my beloved
I don't
Kent.
want you dying and leaving Kent disappointed.
Oh.
I'll see you work yourself to near death, and then...
Oh my god, don't say that.
I'll kill you myself.
Oh my god, what is wrong with
Understand?
her? I'm getting Hisoka vibes.
Don't just stand there. Help me get this out.
Damn. Like, how are you even gonna find her a hospital at this state, you know? Juno was still doing her tough lady act, but it was clear her injury hurt real bad. I mean, who wouldn't, you know, with a thing like sticking out of her? It looked like she couldn't even control her BMI properly. She'd probably struggle to teleport like that. I haven't given her a chance to brush off my help as we made our way out. But with things the way they were, it might have been impossible to get her some help or take her to a hospital. Yeah, like the hospitals are probably all destroyed. I saw someone waving us from the distance. Nothing else around here was moving, so it was probably easy to spot us.
Hold on!
Oh my god, how did she survive?
Momo!
Momo ran over to us, almost tripping over the rubble on her way.
I am so glad you're okay. Juno, you're hurt?
I think that's more than a magnitude 7 earthquake, okay?
Shut up. Stop talking. Don't even look at me.
Aww.
What about you, Momo? Are you alright?
Hulan, I'm sorry, but I couldn't do anything. Again.
She must have been talking about Asuma.
He was right there. I could reach out and touch him, but why is it that all I can ever do is watch?
I'm no different.
That's not true.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep Asuma's mom safe. I loaded so many times, but...
I explained to her that the more I loaded, the worse my flashback attacks got.
Can't sit idly by when someone's in need, my ass. I couldn't do anything. I fucking suck.
Hulan, you've been struggling, haven't you?
Aw, Momo hung her head like she felt guilty. Suddenly, there was an intense rumbling in the distance. It sounded like the world was ending. The noise was coming from Odaiba. Even from here, I could see Odaiba's high rises twisting like living creatures, splitting apart, and then rising into the air with a reclaimed land. It was surreal.
What's going on?
Wind linked us to a news broadcast.
We are live from above Odaiba. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It is believed that there are hundreds, if not thousands of people trapped in those high-rises.
Oh, Jesus, they're just like being flipped up.
All roads to Odaiba have been cut off. There is simply no escape. The Prime Minister's residence is clinging onto one of the vertical surfaces. This helicopter is 120 meters above ground, but his residence is overhead. It is currently unclear whether Prime Minister Azumaya is even alive. A group of people protesting the development of Earth simulators gathered outside the residence last night, but their well-being remains equally uncertain. The Uminomori Park and the Guy Institution right beside Odaiba are in a state of disrepair as well. As of now, there's no explanation for any of this. Oh, over there! There's a boy! And the boy is... What?
Oh my god.
Floating?
Watch out!
Oh my god.
Inamori? Inamori?
Oh no. An explosion rattled the sky over Odaiba. He crashed that plane, didn't he? We weren't far from it, so we could see the light as it cast in the distance.
Whoa! Did you see that? Did you? Someone just shot down the news chopper, right? Right?
Dang.
Hey, Pony. What's going on? I'm scared.
Did Asuma do all that?
First the explosion at Guy, now this. How the hell was this even possible?
Is he using a sacrament or something?
It's far beyond that. These feats are beyond even the apparitions of Our Lady.
Momo trembled as he stared at the carnage.
We are witnessing the end. Armageddon has arrived.
Let me check. Armageddon, the location of the battle between the good and evil that will occur in the end times. According to the New Testament's book of Revelation, the word can also be used to refer to the end of the world in general.
This isn't physically possible. I can't explain where all that energy is coming from.
It's just digital.
You know something, Oz?
What do you mean? We talked about this, didn't we? Take quantum theory to its logical conclusion and you'll realize pretty soon that the world's digital. I didn't want to believe it. That's why I've always looked for reasons to deny it. But how can I deny it anymore? I'm seeing this shit in real life. The world's digital. We're in a goddamn simulation, ain't we?
What? This is the Matrix?
I can't deal with this.
Oh my god,
Soul
what's going
ain't nowhere
on?
at all then.
Oh my god.
Tengen!
We're in the Matrix?
Oz! Don't leave me alone.
Oh. I never seen Oz that shocked. That man's been through trauma too. Now he's seeing more trauma. I feel like this is just recalling his trauma back. Like, God, this is horrible for everyone. Every one of his beliefs has been shattered. Everything that rooted in him to the ground had come unstuck in an instant. Was that the sensation?
The world's a simulation. Huh?
Honestly, it didn't hit me that hard. Maybe it's because I'd already been exposed to so much sci-fi bullshit. I'd already seen sacraments and quantum teleportation.
Oh. Huh.
This explained my saving and loading too. Actually, it seemed pretty clear now. You could even say that my saving and loading was evidence this world was digital.
So, I'm a simulated person. A program. And I'm in a simulation. I see how it is.
The vision I saw upon the descent of Our Lady in Fatima. Her dancing sun and that terrifying sound. This world being a simulation would explain those phenomena.
Now, we could even explain how Momo incarnated.
Would that mean that beings like God and Our Lady were just people above us?
Does that mean there's a higher us up there watching the us down here?
Like us? The player? Obviously, I couldn't see them, but I couldn't help looking up at the
And
sky.
the one up there, he'd be the real me?
That is the concept of world layers.
What the? Kent just came from nowhere.
Brother.
Just like my pain is gone. Suddenly, Cicada, Kent Kurihisa appeared before us.
Kent Kurihisa!
He finally showed his face directly. How's he alive? But despite how long we'd waited for this meeting, we weren't in a position to enjoy it.
There are Earth simulators in our world as well. And likewise in the simulated worlds that are run by those Earth simulators. The worlds layered below us stretch to infinity. And virtually the same applies to the worlds layered above. The location of the topmost layer is beyond my knowledge.
I'm
Though,
so confused.
from the current situation, we can identify the Earth simulator that is simulating this world. Since becoming the Calamity, Asuma Soga has been wielding godlike powers. This phenomenon can be considered an intervention from above, but its extent is far beyond that of any past incidents. And no consideration is taken toward the risk of it triggering the collapse of the world. This intervention is strongly linked to Asuma Soga's will. Therefore, I assume it is being done by the Asuma Soga above.
Huh?
So comes the question. Which Earth simulator can the Asuma Soga above exercise such unrestricted control over?
Gaia!
Correct. I cannot speak of past incidents, such as the apparitions of the Holy Mother, but this intervention is doubtless his doing.
So, if the Asuma of this world layer wants something, the Asuma above makes it happen?
Kent nodded.
Does that mean it's Asuma who is going to bring about the end?
No. The end of the world and Asuma becoming the Calamity have no bearing upon one another.
Huh.
The end will come regardless of his actions. Its arrival has been predetermined from the moment this world was created.
Wait! If this world is a simulation, shouldn't it be possible to mess with the parameters or whatever to stop the end of the world?
Asuma had said that Gaia could simulate the world beyond January 19th, which was when the world was supposed to end.
What? Do the guys above us want the end to happen?
This is a system issue. I assume you are familiar with the year 2038 problem.
Like the year 2036 problem that had caused the sad mourning. It was an issue with the potential to cause major computer malfunctions. The integer used to record the time in the Unix-based systems would overflow after counting past 2.1 billion seconds. It was possible that this overflow would trigger major system malfunctions.
That problem applies to the world we exist in.
Momo had said that the world would end at 3:14:07 on January 19th, 2938. I had a vague idea that was when the overflow was set to happen too.
But the year 2038 problem is almost 100% solved. Would something like that actually happen?
Resolving it on this world layer alone is insufficient. It must be dealt with in every one of the countless world layers, flawlessly.
What?
Countless world layers? They were literally innumerable. But everything would be over if a single one of them had this error.
There's no way we can fix all of them.
Indeed. Hence, the end is inevitable.
Are you saying that error is part of how the world works? That it's fate?
The fact that no contactees thus far, despite their powers, could alter the outcome is proof.
Contactees? You said I was one of those, didn't you?
So that means he's found other ones?
The Holy Office 513 defines contactees as beings that may have been in contact with God or the Holy Mother. My understanding is that some contactees gained miraculous powers after their encounter with an observer. Polan Takaoka, your ability to predict the future must have been acquired through one such contact event.
You're talking about how I can save and load? Well, I guess I did get that from Anon. Does that count as contact? If that happens again...
Oh, that's true. I was gonna load again, was like, that's bad. That's how I became a contactee. But did that even matter? Asuma became a calamity however many times I saved or loaded. I couldn't stop that. There was another eerie rumble emanating from Odaiba. This one shook even the ground from where we were standing on. The buildings and businesses that had been twisting like serpents suddenly stopped. Buildings and streets started falling from the vertical surfaces. They couldn't resist gravity any longer. I'd leave the matter of saving the world to Kent. He'd said that there was still a way to do that. Really? There was something else
Kent,
I had to do.
Take care of the world and Juno. I'll go see Asuma.
I looked at Momo and she gave me a nod. You can see Asuma? How? He is floating up there in the sky.
I'm coming too.
What do you intend to accomplish?
I couldn't save his mother.
But I could save him. So what if it was all fated? That didn't make any of this easier on me or Asuma. If I'd handled things better, things wouldn't have turned out this so messed up. I was pretty sure there was nothing I could do to heal his wounds, but...
I can't just leave him all alone.
Like, look at this building, dude. It is literally... What is this? Are all those buildings attached like dominoes? That's crazy.
I gotta at least see him and talk to him.
Doing so will yield nothing. We were unable to prevent Asuma Soga from becoming the Calamity. He cannot be restored to his former state.
And that's why talking to him won't change anything, huh? That doesn't sit right with me. I gotta at least tell him that I'm sorry.
Okay. I can't believe that these people are still alive. Maybe they're not in Odaiba. Oh yeah, maybe that's why. Okay. Oh, that was a very long sequence. I'm actually not sure what's happening from here because I thought like we were able to save his mother for sure, but apparently not. So I hope Polan's able to somehow help Asuma calm down or whatever that means, and just hope the situation will get better. I have no idea where everything's gonna go from now, but yeah, I think this is a good point to stop for now. And then we're gonna continue this next time and then see what Polan does and how all of this resolves. If it even resolves in the next episode. So yeah, I will see you all next time. Peace out.